Visit GoArmy.com and learn about 150 different career opportunities available now. Esports and the U.S. Army working together to make things better. We're back here at Esports Stadium, Arlington. We are kicking off Saturday, day number 13. We are just one day away from the finals day where we get down to the top 4. We're in the top 8 right now, John.
We are. We are, and it's been a journey. But we've got some great teams ahead of us. We've had multiple teams in this bracket that we did not expect to be here, but they've been playing lights out, and that's in the hands of Purdue and St. Clair. As you mentioned, St. Clair came out into this lower bracket. I think their shoes were onside because they tried to run and they kept tripping over themselves, but they won that series against UConn, laced up, and they were absolutely running in that series, and they've run their way into this top 8 bracket.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun, John. I mean, I've talked to a bunch of old friends of mine. And they asked one of the main questions is how's your voice doing, or how are you keeping the energy up? And I was like, honestly, it's been great. It's been invigorating seeing all of this really good Counter-Strike and steadily ramping up better and better and better and better. And now we've got some really good games here.
The common denominator comment I've seen for you is, "Hey Corey, how's your voice doing?" And then all the comments like, "The voice of God, here he is. Listen to that voice. Wow, he should do radio." And so everyone, it doesn't surprise me that they go, "How's your voice?"
Yep.
And then every time anyone mentions me, they go, "Hey Corey, you're doing great."
No, John, you have been doing great here and joining up here. So now it's time to talk about this matchup, though. We've got Kansas State and Purdue. We're in the lower bracket, round number 3. Let's go ahead and introduce Kansas State. This is the team that we've seen so far. They've had some really good games. Of course, they got sent down to the lower bracket due to UCF, and that's a team that you expect to be really, really good. But let's go ahead and take a look. You can see there's some players to be on the lookout for, Knack being one of them. He was super strong. He had a really good AWP, but this player right here in front of us, Pure Penguins, had epic moment after epic moment over and over again. Now you can see they have a good, steady team. Mild, though, that's one player that I want to talk about from yesterday. Mild was so good, had some really good moments throughout those games. And so there's your roster. You've got Knack, you've got Devil, you got Mild, you got Pure Penguins, and Rob. What a great-looking team coming into this one. Now that we've learned so much about these teams, it's so awesome. John, we started with an 8-day group play, and now I feel like these are my kids that I've been watching them and seeing all of them grow up. And we've got a lot of really good teams that have been in this tournament. So these 5 right here are pretty dang good.
Well, that's a lot of kids, Corey. You're going to need a TV show if you get any more at this point. But like you said, this has been a great roster to watch. We've always been focusing on Pure Penguins, and as we get further and further in the playoffs, the rest of his team has actually come up to his play. Because it started off in group play, and even in the earlier rounds, he was getting like 30 every time. And so we were just expecting sick stuff from him. Knack's been lights out on that AWP. You saw the clip of Devil. He was 20-9 in that clip behind a 4K. You mentioned it. Mild had a crazy game on Nuke, and then Rob just the IGO, keeping all of his talent together, utilizing them to their full potential. He even had some pretty good games for himself. So if this team is able to step up in all of their respective lanes, they are absolutely a dominant force, and they have earned their spot in this top 8.
Let's go ahead and look on the flip side. They'll be facing off against Purdue. Purdue is a team that they started off a little shaky in the very beginning of this entire tournament, but ever since that point, every single match they continue to pick up steam, just like their main school mascot that you can see in the logo. They just continue to just build up and get better and better and stronger throughout this entire tournament. And we're going to be on the lookout for players, of course. You're going to see players like Cyber. You're going to see players like Noosty. Noosty played so good in his games. As you can see some of these crazy op shots, but Shot Up is the player that we talk a lot about and where he comes into this one. So you've got Cyber, you've got Eli, Fresh, Noosty, and Shot Up. And the question this morning was, is Shot Up going to show up? And he does. He ends up, we just had to wait for him to brush his teeth. So no morning breath going into this game. We'll see how well ready they are for this matchup.
And that comment comes from, and if you've been watching since group play, we know that Purdue had a very rough start, as you mentioned. Shot Up, we were waiting on him to wake up and join us in the server. Yep. They played on Inferno against Ryerson, and Shot Up went 16-6, and they got blown out. And that's the point that we've been saying, that they've had to prove themselves time and time and time over. And where we looked at Shot Up, he's been the guy of, once again, he's like the Pure Penguins of the drops 30, just carries his team. But we saw yesterday when they went to double overtime, we saw Shot Up at 41. We saw Noosty at 40. Cyber, you saw great clips of him there. He's able to clutch out tight situations. He has great aim. He's got great I mean, great awareness. And then Eli on the flip side, he was one of those players we actually thought was the key player for this team, and he's shown exactly that. And not to diminish Fresh, he's had some great rounds for himself. So once again, all of these players coming online and coming in unison just when they need to, and this can be a very exciting series versus Kansas State. The matchup I want to watch most specifically is Shot Up versus Pure Penguins, because we saw how Pure Penguins completely shut down ASOS on UTD. And ASOS, once again, was one of those players that was like drops 30, and if he's less than 30, we're surprised. And so if they have that bout and they're going back and forth, I expect this series to go 3 maps without a doubt.
Yeah, taking a look at the maps here in front of us, you can see Purdue goes ahead and they ban Inferno to start. And then after that, you can see that Kansas State is banned Dust too. Already, I feel like we're going to get some irregular maps. And then Purdue selects our very first map of the day is going to be Overpass. We've seen a lot of it, but I don't have a problem with it anymore. We're seeing some really top talented teams now starting to play on a map like Overpass. And so we'll see how this one is able to shape up. Of course, we saw a very strong Purdue yesterday on this map, so we'll be on the lookout for that one. Then after that, Kansas State had selected Nuke. That's going to be another good game. I think if Purdue gets into a situation where they lose map number 1, they're going to have a really tough time against Kansas State going into this one. But there we have it. We'll get into the remainder of all the rest of the maps talking about that. It's because we are already into the pistol round going in, as Purdue will be on the T side and Kansas State on the counter-terrorist side. And you can see they're going ahead and starting that normal route through connector to head over here towards the A bomb side. There's going to be a quick conflict. This game is going to start off with a bang.
And exactly it is. A Shot Up's going to be the first guy to find contact, but Pure Penguins and Rob are able to hold down the site. They're going to find 3. The bomb does get planted in the meantime, as we're down to a 3v2 just like that. So Noosty's already found himself 2, and he's actually taken out of the round behind Pure Penguins, who's got 3. So a hot start coming out here from Pure Penguins as they're on the defuse, and Cyber's able to hold it down. That is a 1v3 clutch. That was the guy we were talking about, Corey. That's the exact moments we were talking about. This guy's able to clutch it. He has got great awareness. He's got great aim, most importantly. And as we see there, he exhibits that, and they take the lead. They get the bomb down, and they win the pistol and take the lead in this series 1-0.
Yep.
We saw a lot of times yesterday, Corey. We saw a lot of times yesterday where a team won the pistol and lost the very following round. And so we'll have to see how Purdue wants to weather the storm, as we see 2 AKs in their hands and the other 3 players with max 10s.
Yeah, so starting this one, you can see Noosty pushing up. He's got his teammate on the top side of connector. That Shot Up, he picks up 2. He's looking for a 3rd. There it is. His neck's going to fall. The only difference between some of the other pistol rounds that we've seen, they would elect to go ahead and utilize a P250 and a 5.7. We do not see a single deagle on the side of Kansas State, and that's been the most effective pistol in this game. And just like that, this round is over. Now, I anticipate Kansas State is going to be really focusing on just saving to make sure they get the weapons that they want, and doesn't seem to be the case. They went for a decent save, and they end up just having M4s here with no nades. That's interesting. They're probably relying on the fact that this team may not upgrade, but one player already has, and so now you're going to see 3 AKs instead of the 3 MAC-10s.
We've seen this before from Kansas State. We've actually seen rounds where their whole team was ecoing except Pure Penguins, and then they won those rounds, because they were expecting pistols, and then Pure Penguins was able to close it out. And just like that, Corey, they're able to find 3 members, most notably Shot Up. He's out of the server. Nak's not able to connect onto that shot, and Cyber's going to take him out. So he's trying to even up the odds. As now we're going to see Purdue slow their roll just a bit here. They're trying to wrap themselves around this round and be like, okay, we started the last few rounds very strong and quick, but this time we're going against rifles. And we've seen when they get executes going for themselves, they can absolutely be a force to be reckoned with, as they've got plenty of utility to work with and plenty of time. As they're going to be making their way through sandbags now. Making their way to sandbags. Hey, Cyber is one of the first players I think has been at that position who didn't make sound. We've seen that position so many times where they spend so much time just wiggling their way down, and then you just hear a solid boom. Yep, at the very end of it. We've actually seen this boost had a lot of success this tournament, and of course it finds it there as Rob goes down. There's only one player on site. That's Pure Penguins, and he's holding from the back of it. Now we see Devil in Heaven as the bomb's going to be planted. It's going to be a 3-on-3 retake with no kits.
See if they can be able to win here. But Cyber still just watching over Heaven as Fresh peeks out and finds 2 to be able to capitalize on this round. It all starts with that check as they checked over there towards the barrels. And Rob was just not there and ready to rock and roll. So Purdue now 3 rounds in a row, and that was the first time that we'd seen M4s being brought out for Kansas State. And now we see the Deagles start to come out here for Kansas State and see how well they can get a hold here. Of course, their round bonus is already going to be maxed out at this point due to the pistol round loss.
All right, well, we know what damage these Deagles can do. If you're tuning in for the first time as this tournament, eco rounds have been absolutely lights out. I've even made the comment sometimes of why buy weapons when you can buy Deagles, as they have been commanding. This time, all the Deagles are out. We see a 5.7 and P250. So if you're waiting to see a Deagle, you'll have to check back in on another round. But now it seems like they've turned their attention to that B bomb site. But Eli's got a feeling that something's up, and he's trying to hold that position. He's now turned his back, and he's just rejoining his team. So they're going to get that bomb down, but in the hands of Knack and Rob, they're going to find themselves some rifles, and they'll be happy with that, as they had no business winning this round. Rob's going to continue looking for one. As Knack has found one. Oh, that's a nice pick. That's going to open up the door, but he wasn't expecting Eli to be that far forward, and he's taken out. If I'm Rob here, I'm wanting to get this AK, and I'm wanting to get out, but seems like he's trying to contest something here. I guess they will have a bye next round. Well, if they so decide, oh, they're max bonus. They're at max loss bonuses, so they will buy next round. So Rob's just deciding, you know what? Whether I save this AK or not is beside the point. I kind of want this round as, okay, he uses the smoke and then decides, I don't want that smoke for next round. I'm just going to throw it in. That's going to be 4 on the board for the side of Purdue. A great start from them. This is their map pick, and we have seen a lot of great things from them on this side. So if I'm Kansas State here, I'm really thinking through how we want to take this first gun round. We haven't really seen a lot of players coming online truly as Pure Penguins. He's at 4, but 3 of those were behind the pistol round.
Yeah, again, this is Purdue's map pick. This is a map that they are very, very strong on. As you can see how they watch all the right angles. And now we're going to see a quick execute here towards the B bomb site. Pure Penguin's going to go ahead and slow that one down. Now they're going to go ahead and try to challenge him there over by barrels. He's trying to be able to stay alive as long as he can. That flashbang as Fresh was completely blind, but he still takes down Pure Penguin.
Here comes Rob. Here comes Rob. He's poking
big
through.
Flank. See if he'd be able to pick this one up. There's Eli. Eli responds to him. He was almost not ready for the next one, but Noosty stays alive as Fresh is down to 8 HP, and there he is. He's down and out of the round, and just like that, Kansas State has a retake because of that huge flank coming in from Rob.
And while he didn't find a lot, he found one player, and then he just completely displaced the rest of them. And so there you have it. First round of the board here for Kansas State. 4-1.
Oh, man. Let's see how this one starts here.
We'll have to watch with Knack here as he's got that AWP, and he's got a good spawn too, Corey. This is something we've seen a lot of impact on. As Knack had a great spawn. I have a feeling we're going to see him get very aggressive here. He's going all the way forward, and he's going to poke out. And he's not going to find the shot. He's actually going to re-peek and see if he can find something else. And does not find it. We actually see the players trying to get aggressive towards him. They push out Mild as Shab's the first one leading the front. Look at that. They even find Knack. They got aggressive. They had great spawns. They had the ability to run so far forward, and they both get taken out. That's going to give them the sight. Now we see those 3 players rotating over, but all this utility is going to be met at their front door.
And Devil and Rob are trying to lock it down, but they're able to push right on through. There's one player that's still here inside the site. That's Pure Penguins. That's one player you need to be on the lookout for. It's all about whether or not he's warmed up. He's down to this 2-on-1. Cyber down to 7 HP. He's still got 99 health. He's still sitting pretty here. And oh no, he misses high. And that's going to be the question of the day. Which team are we going to see? Are these players warmed up or not? But there you have it. Purdue has put another one up on the board.
And as we talk about Purdue, we've always highlighted shot up, but if you look at the scoreboard there, a very well spread out KD across all of the players there. And that's what you want to see from the side of Purdue. All the players stepping up equally, as now we see the automatic shotgun in the hands of Mild. We've seen that many times of him, and he's holding a great position, but the fire acts as a smoke, and he can't see anything as shot up gets taken down at the hands of himself. Now they're going to push through. They forced into this round is Kansas State, and they still have the AWP in the hands of Knack. Rob's the lone representative on this site, but watch out. Knack is at party with that up, and he's going to find one, and that's going to cause some chaos. They don't know where the rest of these CTs are at.
Eli picking up that one now. Of course, they're a little distraught at this point. They don't know which way to look. As now they're working their way back down through connector. And Pure Penguins, they hear those footsteps. And so he hears, they know exactly going to be pushing out. Going to be leading the charge. Going to be one. Almost picks up three, but the last one there, Cyber, is now working inside the site. Now he knows exactly where he's at. And just like that, Devil just falls right into the trap for Cyber. And it makes it almost too easy for him there. And Cyber immediately starts to watch for Heaven. This is a better angle for him, and he wins that one. Great gunplay coming in for Cyber, getting the right angle, getting the right positioning. As you can see right there, it's already Purdue just playing so well in this game. As they're picking round after round, it is currently 6-1 in favor of Purdue. And we'll see how this one starts up here. As Purdue is, they've elected to call a timeout that's coming in. The timeout is being called by Kansas State, and that's the right call. They need to make a change here, John.
Man, Cyber is such a cold-blooded player. That's his second clutch, and the second time he's walked out of that with a 3K. That one was against Guns this time. The first one we saw in the pistol, that time was against Guns, and it was a 1v2, and he's just so quick to find those shots. And Corey, if Cyber's playing like that, I mean, he's the guy you want in these clutch situations. We've been talking about Shot Up. We've been hyping him up. We even hyped up Eli. We even hyped up Newsty. But Cyber's like, hey, guys, I want my spotlight too.
He was top on my board talking about it today. He really proved himself yesterday. I mean, all through most of the tournament, we've been talking about Shot Up. We talked about Newsty for a while, but we never really talked much about Cyber. And yesterday, he came out to play in that best of three. And today, he starts off strong. As you can see, we've got that 6-1 scoreline happening right now.
Now we see the Deagles coming out. And the 6-1 scoreline, as Corey mentioned, Shot Up's pushing through restrooms, and he's able to find one. Easy picking. Just going against these Deagles, but like I've mentioned, these guns can be. Oh no! Shut up! They're going against Deagles, man. You can't do that to him. He just turns around, has a gut feeling, and oh man, let me tell you, Corey.
I need to see that.
He absolutely brushed his teeth because that was. Oh my lord!
That was crazy.
I'm telling you, I will never not get excited about a one-tap of any gun. USP, AK, Deagle, you name it. A one-tap is just the ultimate showing of disrespect, as we know that Purdue likes this strategy. When they're feeling hot, they like to run into this site, as Eli's the first to be taken down. And look at that, 2 immediate follow-ups coming out for the side of Purdue, as they have got the site. There's still one player there trying to stop them from getting the bomb down.
Oh,
he actually does.
Cyber
he prevents it. I thought they had
no.
it on the site. He's reloading, and now the bomb's not in their favor. Shot Up's got himself a forward position. Dax not going to expect it, but he's not able to take him out in time. Smartly throws the bomb over for his teammate. And a good Molotov to keep them down, but just running right through it is mild.
Oh, that one blew up in the air. But that will slow them down as Newsty's just now picking up the bomb. Takes a little bit of damage through the edge, but a great shot coming in from Shot Up. And right through the smoke. And Shot Up picks up 3 here in the round, as we're about to have highlight after highlight for Shot Up in this game.
Man. Oh, man, Corey. Every time we go to Shot Up's POV and I just see one player just moving towards his crosshair, I just know all it takes is one bullet. And he's showing why we've been talking about him this whole time. Those have been some impressive shots. Perfectly placing that crosshair. Once again, we are seeing Deagles for the side of Kansas State. This is a different Purdue we're seeing come out of the gates. I'm not going to even say Kansas State's playing poorly. It's just that when you see shots that accurate, that deadly, where you have just a margin of a second to react, just like that, look at that. Shot Up's already taken out another one. When you just have a fraction of a second to work with, it is so hard to come out on top. As now we see they're just running towards the aim site once again, but Pure Penguins, look at this position. He's even getting loud. They have no idea he's here. He's going to find, oh my goodness, barely finds him. So now it's a 2v2, and Rob, once again, they're going to go for a double flank. As Devil's actually found himself pretty solid on the site there. They're able to take him out. No idea Rob's still on this flank. Eli had a feeling. He's watching the angle. He's watching the angle, but looks away, and Cyber goes down, and he's not able to control his spray. That was an eco round, so they would have been extremely happy to win that one, but Eli able to keep it clutch at the end there, land the shots, and that is 9-1 in favor of Purdue.
All right.
Oh, man, did Purdue come out to play this morning, Corey.
Let's see how this one plays. As it looks like we're going to see another quick rush happening here, and this is going to be the first a gun round that we haven't seen in a while. They're going to be pushing right on through, and just like that, 2 players are already down and out. And the player we talked a lot about from Kansas State that we needed to see was Pure Penguins, and he's only getting maybe 1 kill, maybe half a kill per round. This is his average right now, and Shot Up finishes this one just like that. He's got another 3K coming into this one. 15-7 is on the board for Shot Up, but right behind him is Cyber. Cyber also playing really well at 12-5. Oh my goodness.
He just ran at them like it was an eco. They had weapons. He just ran in there with that kind of confidence. Earlier in this game, he was 5-6. He's now 15-7. He is on an absolute tear, and these are players you do not want to see getting hot, as Nack's going to have the good positioning there. And they're able to stop the bleeding this round behind the Deagles, but who's still alive? Who else but Shot Up?
Yeah, this is this round, of course, is an important round here for Kansas State. If they lose this 4-on-2, it will be very, very demoralizing. I mean, the scoreline is going to already make an impact on its own. As that's right there, you can see Pure Penguins. Those long sprays are a sign of how difficult it is for them right now. Usually we see Pure Penguins with some really quick 3-burst shots, and right now we haven't seen that yet. But Kansas State doing well inside of connector and being able to pick up those initial 3, and then that leads into winning the round. Kansas State right now only has 2 here on Overpass. But that was 7 rounds in a row there for Purdue.
I mean, because of that, look at their money. I mean, they've got money for days as Knack. There we go. He's gotten aggressive, and this time it's paid off in his favor, and he's even able to get away. He's poking again. Okay, well, maybe a little bit too confident after that pick. But I can't say I disagree with that decision. You're trying to get some momentum for your team. You're already 10-2. You need to play aggressively to some extent because the playstyle you've been at right now hasn't been working. As there's 3 players on this bomb site, look how fast Purdue are playing these rounds. This is not the Overpass we are used to in this tournament, as Fresh is completely blind but able to find 1 kill through the smoke there. Now it's just down to Noosty. Yesterday we saw him dropping 40 kills. He went into double overtime, but he got 40 as Pure Penguins is starting to come on board with us here as he closes out that round, and that's going to be number 3 on the board for Kansas State.
We see Knack again with the AWP. We'll see if he has a spawn for it or not. He decides to go ahead and push towards Fountain. That's what we do to see him do time and time again. But this round, it looks like they all elect to be able to cover the the B bomb site, and that's going to be the right call out. As here comes the molly, there's the traditional smoke. They were prepared for this. If Kansas State loses this round, oh, look at that. Purdue immediately baits it out, and then they delay. I don't think they had a lot of information to know that Kansas State had that many players over there to start the round. But just like that, they did a quick rush, and now Kansas State is wondering, okay, well, where are they going to be playing here, and how do we need to adjust for this? As Shot Up spotted 1, and we're actually seeing a rotation coming in from Knack. Knack is actually getting back over there towards the A bomb site, but Noosty was still lurking about over by Sandbags. As right now, Pure Penguins is surfing his way over here by Monster. We'll see if he's going to be able to hold this angle. Shot Up's going to be really causing a problem here for Kansas State inside of the A bomb site. Knack is asking for support, and there goes Pure Penguins, and that's going to be over there. But the real action is happening here towards this bomb site. And Devil inside of the site. He almost takes down the bomb carrier, and Mild being able to provide him some cover fire as he could have been taken out by Fresh. And Mild picks up 2. Purdue getting the bomb planted means nothing to either team, really. But there you have it. So Kansas State able to pick up the round. As we take another look, this is Devil. He pushes through the smoke to be able to get those 2 kills. And so now the score is 10-4. If they make this a 10-5, I mean, there's a lot of damage that has been done, but Kansas State will start to feel better, not great, but they'll feel better about getting it to a 10-5 scoreline.
And that's that teamwork we were talking about, Corey. Devil was able to push himself through the smoke, and immediately there to support was Mild from Heaven. There was one player in Fresh who had Devil dead to right, but Mild in the perfect position at the perfect time, able to support his teammate and get themselves the 4th on the board, as Knack has missed all of his shots, and that's going to suck because Shot Up is not missing his. They're going to be running onto this 8 bomb site. There's only one player there to meet him. It's Devil, and we saw how much damage he could do last time, but he is completely caught off guard, and Shot Up is once again wreaking havoc for this Kansas State team. They even expect the flank. Rob's spotted. Just look at that. Look at that. Shot Up's already on 4 for this round. They haven't gotten the bomb just yet. They know where he's at, and Rob's not going to find anything more. That's 11-4 in favor of Purdue. They come out swinging behind 20 kills on the side of Shot Up.
Oh, my goodness.
They are hot this morning.
Write that down as we take a look at our Shot Up playlist. Just moment after moment that we had seen from him, just picking up all of these different rounds.
Here he comes.
Oh, my gosh.
Good morning.
Just turns on him. And then here's another one. You can see him just spamming, being able to pick him up through the smoke. Just, again, just the way that Shot Up was playing throughout this game. You can see all the different kills that had come in here. As now we're back into the pistol round. Here's the quick B execute coming in from Kansas State. They are down by 7 in this game, and Shot Up will add to that playlist even further. As you can see, he's right. He's just searching for this one. Now they know exactly where Devil's at. That's going to end the round. And Purdue winning another pistol round. One of the things that I recall now, John, Purdue has won so many pistol rounds in this tournament. Tons. And just like that, they've added 2 on the board for them.
A 12-4 scoreline. That is daunting, especially when you realize you've lost the pistol round and you're the 4. We'll see how Kansas State tries to bounce back after that as we see the Deagles in Tech 9s. Cyber and Shot Up very quick to deny them to push through. Down to a 5v3, and Knack's able to find a nice shot there on the Shot Up, but immediately traded, and now it's a 2v4. One Deagle in the hands of Pure Penguins. We know how lethal he can be, but he's not looking the right way as the bomb is down, and it's seemingly an impossible taken out for Devil. He's going to have to find a lot of impressive shots, and Cyber just holding down that angle.
17-8.
17-8. You are exactly right. He is just barely trailing behind Shot Up, who is 22-11.
Yeah, Cyber's having a hellacious game as well. We talked about him earlier in this half, but man, is he playing extremely well in this game. So 2 players that you want to be extremely hot. It's being great to see here coming in. As that they had a very, very strong T side.
And it's another eco.
Yeah, and Kansas State has not had much luck on these ecos either. Of course, now they're on the T side, a little different, little tap. And Mild's going to get taken out there by Elijah on the fadeaway.
Fresh finds himself in no man's land, and that's actually going to give Kansas State a pretty solid position into this round. They found the odds in their favor, but they are starting to drop. These pistols haven't done enough damage, but they're able to get the bomb down. Look how much these teams are scattered across the board. Cyber's now on site. He's going to lock down that position, and Knack seeing himself as the last one alive. Ooh, he had the crosshair, but you went against Shot Up, and as we know, that's not in your favor. As this half has just started, Corey, at 14-4. We're going to see our first gun round now. But if they lose this in Kansas State, that could just be the map.
It absolutely could be, and it probably will be. As we'll keep watch on the kill race coming in for between Cyber and Shot Up. Those 2 again for Purdue, leading this here to this 14-4 scoreline.
And so we missed the match yesterday. The only match we've missed in this tournament was Purdue, where they went 16-2 over Northeastern. And if this is the team that came out yesterday, that does not surprise me at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are just playing as a team. They're playing as a unit, and all of them are hitting their shots. And especially when you see standout performances like Cyber and Shot Up, I mean, it's such an impossible test. And look at that. We've seen Boost come out from Connector. This time they say, you know what? We want to get our own Boost on the side of B side. And look at that. They pick up Mild. the player that we said has such a standout performance, he's been shut down completely. He's 9-17. Oh my goodness, Purdue. They want to get more aggressive. I love this play style. They're putting their foot on the gas and perhaps a little bit too aggressive, but of course not. Shot Up just finds the clean pick, and he was at 35 health. So that should be an easy win for his side, but now still just keeping it in their favor. A 3v4. They've only got 2 people on this side, but one of them is Shot Up, and we know he is an anchor as it's now just left to him. He knows where one player's at. Now he knows where both of them are at. His teammates are going to rotate in, and you know what? He's just going to do it all himself. He's got 4 in the round, and that's the ace, because why not? Shot Up. This guy is going nuclear in this map. It's 28-11. Look at his scoreline as its map point already, Corey. We've been playing this map for less than 30 minutes.
Wow. You can take a look here as he's boosted on top and taking advantage of those. Just really good, solid play coming in. I mentioned it was a race between Shot Up and Cyber, and right there they come to the same bomb site as Shot Up. And here comes a push. They're going to be heading here towards Monster, and this is going to be could be the last round. They do have AKs coming out as Shot Up has picked up 2. Nusi's got 1. Nusi gets 2. Mild is trying to do his best to be able to keep his team alive. It's down to a 1-on-2. Eli and Fresh. Fresh has got an AWP trying to be able to do something on this retake. He's going to be quickly dispatched from the server. And now it's left up to Eli. Eli versus Mild. Of course, Purdue has a 11. I was trying to do math, and for some reason my brain didn't want to process 11 out of that. But 11-round lead right now. And Miles got the right angle, but he still doesn't make the shot, but he's going to try to play this. He's trying to play the mind game.
He's got a kip. Oh, he had the smoke, too.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's going to close it out.
He overthought it. He just needed to rely on a shot, and there you have it. 16-4 is going to be your final score as Purdue comes out and to play and just in dominant force, too. You just saw everything of what he can do there, and it was just insane. That team just playing so well. A 16-4 to start the day. Purdue coming out hot.
Yeah, we saw at the end there. Shot Up finished on 30. And what was that, 20 rounds?
Oh,
that
man.
is ridiculous. I would love to know what his ADR was, because it seems like every single round, if he didn't just immediately get picked off, I feel like every time he got picked off, he at least got a trade even. But I would love to know what his ADR was, because it seemed like every single round he was getting multiple kills every single time and at least doing damage. He never went out with just uncontestedly, it seemed. And boy, now we know why that was their map pick. They just were lights out. They said I mean, really, just there's not much to say. Kansas State just
we talked about
out.
2 players. We talked about one though a lot, and we'll give credit to Cyber. But here's a look at Shot Up as he goes 30-12. There was only 20 rounds of play in that game, and he gets 30. As you can see, his KRR coming into that one. He had 1 ace in the game, but his ADR 157, 157, John. And we'll go ahead and take a quick break as we just kind of digest that for a little bit. Map number 2 coming up next on Nuke. Learn more about Army careers in science, technology, engineering, and math at GoArmy.com. More than 150 soldier possibilities ready and waiting. We're back here in Arlington, Texas at the Esports Stadium, Arlington. I'm Corey Dunn. I'm joined here with Jonathan O. We're heading into map number 2, going into DE Nuke. Wow, that map number 1, though, flew by, and it was due to the fact we had a player named Shot Up and his co-host being Cyber just dominating in that game. They had such a great gameplay, and they came out in full force and took that first map 16-4. That takes us into our next map. That's going to be on Nuke, and that, of course, is Kansas State's pick. And Kansas State, they want to feel good about this one, and we'll be on the lookout because Nuke is also one of those interesting maps. You can select it and feel really, really good about it, but then you have to also be concerned. You don't get to choose the side you start on. You get to choose the map pick, but you do not get to be able to choose the side. We've seen some really good games, but more importantly, we've seen some really fast games on Nuke as well, and so we'll see how this one plays out. It could go either way. The way that Purdue is playing, and more importantly, the way that Shot Up is getting those entries. Nuke is all about entries. And if Shot Up is able to continue to do what he's done without having any contention, then there's going to be a problem coming out for Kansas State going into this one. But here we go. We're in pistol round, and you've got Purdue going to be starting off on the counter-terrorist side.
And we know that Kansas State's confident on this map. They were able to come into this map. They played against the UTD twice, going 16-7 and 16-8, completely shutting down shutting down ASOS, but looks like they can't shut down Shot Up as he's already found 2. He's opened up the round for his team. And all right, we're down to just one player, and it's Pure Penguins. He does not have the bomb, as the bomb is just waiting for him outside. There's even a smoke down, and they are hunting for him. 2 players are going to find him. He's going to try and find Shot Up as they are coming from all angles at this point. All right, that's one nice shot onto Eli. They have no reason to push him. And oh, he finds another quick one on the Shot Up. Tries to change the pistol out. Not able to draw in time, as that's once again, Corey, a pistol round in favor of Purdue.
Yeah, the marriage between pistol rounds and Purdue must be really, really good, because we're seeing it time and time again coming in for that team. As now we can see we've got Tech-9s coming out here for Kansas State. And they're going to be on a full-on rush, and they're going to be quickly met with the fireball, as well as Noosty with the MP9. Eli picks up one as well, and the bomb has fallen. And now Knack down to 10 HP, but look out for Mild. Mild is going to be lurking about, and Eli says, okay, Corey, I got you. I'll be on the lookout. 2-0 now in favor of Purdue.
It's so smart there from Purdue. Had a feeling the rush was coming, and what did they do? They didn't only Molotov Squeaky, they also Molotov Hut. There was no way Kansas State was doing anything fast in that round. Completely shut down from Purdue. And man, if they're able to keep up this momentum, Corey, like you said, this can be a very fast game. But now we're seeing them work their way outside. Again, having to run through a Molotov, and it's gotten some decent damage, but they've already made their way into secret with the bomb. There's one player, it seems like, on that B bomb site, and he's playing at ramp. That's Cyber. Oh, he turns around after he sees him. Oh, okay, that was Rob. That was Rob. If that was Mild, that would have been absolutely ridiculous. But here we go. We're seeing the retake situation now. We didn't have to see this very many times from the side of Purdue on Overpass, but here we are. We're going to see it now in the first gun round of this match, this map. Miles able to pick up one, and it's just down to Knack. He's in a 1v2 situation. He hears the bombs getting planted, and that's actually a kit. He's not able to find the shots. He's not able to find the shots at all. He's able to find Eli, but that's the bomb getting planted. And Fresh, he's going to take the AK. He's going to get out of there. And look at that, 3 on the board.
Yeah, this could be one of those conversations on Kansas State's side, is discussing about why did you plant there. Just kind of asking that same question over and over and over again. As they planted for the other double doors, they did not plant for there. And that was a tough spot to be able to play. Or more importantly, probably trying to ask, well, call out where you're planting the bomb, because Knack was not in the right position for that round. And so now you've got it right there. Knack able to find Eli in mini garage. Oh, but Shot Up with a quick counter. There's a window in that door. And Rob is found Noosty. And there will be just trade after trade. And we finally get to a point now where you've got Kansas State. It is a 2-on-2. They've made their way down towards the lower bomb site. And this time we'll probably expect them to plant in the correct position this time. As bomb has been planted lower, Devil is down to 18 HP. And Fresh stays alive with only 2 HP, and Devil's been spotted. This is, oh, what a great play coming in from Devil. He just poking his head right over the top and making a quick shot. He picks up 3 in the round. Those are his first 3 kills in the game as well. And they end up Kansas State picking up their first round.
A very important one at that. Absolutely needed that round. Stopped the bleeding at 3 this time, Corey.
That happened last time too, John.
It sure did. That is correct. And boy, we saw how that shook up. But this time they're going fast. Everyone out to that hook. Well, they just wanted to get this position, and they find one, and that's shot up. So that's got to feel a little bit good. Taking out that player, and they're holding down the angle. They're actually expecting Purdue to get a little bit aggressive here, and they've shut that down. Something I think that's interesting to note about Purdue is they've never played on map in this tournament. So this could be a little bit of unfamiliarity. We saw yesterday when it was UConn versus St. Clair. St. Clair did not have a strategy going into Nuke, and UConn had a very well-defined one. So we'll have to see if this is the same situation as a nice shot there from Rob. Closes out round number 5. And Kansas State already with their second on the board. 3-2, as this one seems to be a little bit more competitive. And it seems like their shots are coming online, which is most important as we start to dive deeper and deeper into this series.
That's why our lower bracket round is a best of 3. Want everybody the chance to be able to warm completely up, and now we're going to see our first real gun round coming in here on Nuke. As you can see, they're starting to work. They got 2 players on the outside here for Kansas State. 2 players here in lobby. Seeing if there's any push there. Rob winning a gunfight again against Eli. But look out for Cyber. Cyber creeping his way over here towards Secret, and that's going to be enough as he pushes him away. But Noosty, who's also watching outside, as shot up, takes 50 damage, and just like that, he headshots one and causes 77 damage to another. But Rob pushes directly through Mini. He's done so much work in this round. Oh my goodness, he picks up a 4th one. As this has been the Rob show going into this round. All right, there you have it, and Devil able to pick that one up, and now we are all tied up at 3. But what a really solid round going into this gun round. As we take another look at some of these kills, Eli finding one being taken out, and there's his second one quickly, and there's his other one as well, picking up 4 in the round. And so Kansas State able to tie this one back up.
And now they should be able to take the lead. It's an Eco coming out for the side of Purdue. They've all found themselves outside. Rob's going to hear a lot of that, and so he's just going to be like, all right, I'm going to weather the storm here and see what I can find. And he is completely surrounded and doesn't even realize it. Nax just now finding easy picking as Noosty and Eli were still there to find Nax. So they're going to get AKs for themselves. And they've done some pretty solid damage. Not a round they expect to win. Maybe a round they're just looking to do as much damage and walk away as many guns as possible, and they've accomplished that goal. As the bomb's been planted.
Yeah, you get an AK in the hands of Shot Up and Cyber, you're in a good position. But we'll look at, you see the round bonus that's coming in is going to be 2,900. And so we'll see going into this next one. Cyber's only going to have right around 4,750 going into this next one. So we'll see what he decides to do. Maybe, again, one of his teammates may drop in this AK. Noosty taking out Pure Penguins as they were trying to search for them. They're sitting fine with money on Kansas State side as that's round number 4 coming in. And see what they end up doing. You saw Noosty toss out the AK directly to Shot Up, like instantly.
It was almost like it was a bind. Yep. Where Shot Up clicks to him and then just drops it immediately.
So there you have it. We'll see how this one goes. But 4 rounds in a row, that's the most we've seen coming in for Kansas State in this matchup, in this best of 3.
Well, it ties. It ties their top.
It's the most.
That is correct, yes. And so we see their first lead on a map at 4-3. And the AWP in the hands of Knack. This guy has been fantastic with this weapon all tournament. Was missing some easy shots in that last map. But if he's able to come online, we know how much damage he could do in this map. And if he goes to the decider of Mirage, he has been solid on that one as well. He eats a damage, and there you go. He takes out Cyber.
Yeah, bounced right off of that door and actually landed in pretty good position. And Eli has spotted one as they're still creeping through Garage, trying to win those. And Fresh is out there to support him as they take out Rob. Mild has spotted this one. He's trying to see if they want to be able to challenge him. You can tell that Mild is watching over that position, and Fresh is like, okay, I'll let you have this one for now. But they don't know is that Knack has made his way down to the lower bomb site. So has his teammate, the bomb carrier. And there goes Mild.
I'm sure they have some sensitive ideas. Cyber went down very early in that round. His shot up has actually made his way through lobby. Devil was not prepared, neither was Knack, and Fresh is going to be the one that closes it out, and Fresh is sitting on 10. After 3 kills in that last round, he's actually 11 and 4. So once again, that was one of the players that we were commending everyone around him, except for him. He says, here I am. I came here to play as well, as he's leading the scoreboard. 11-4, now we're seeing a tied game at 4-4. Now money's good enough for Kansas State that they're going to have another gun round. But if they lose this one, they're going to be reset as they come swinging out of Squeaky. They are finding the trades in their favor, but they line up for shots to make it easy picking. He finds 1, 2, and 3. It's now down to Devil as he's already down to 7 health, and of course, he's called out the position. Great communication there from Purdue, and they're able to retake the lead and an immediate timeout for Kansas State.
That's a good call by Kansas State to call this timeout. They need it. They need to talk through, kind of breaking down what happened, what went wrong, why was that way easy, and they also going to make a call out the fact that Shot Up is playing this angle this round. As if they really need to determine what they need to do, and you can take a look at the economy. This is really kind of the difference here. You can see that Shot Up is at 63.50 here as well, but looking at that, you can see how these players have been playing in this game. As Kansas State, they were only able to win 4 in a row. And that takes us into it. As looks like Fresh has been, he's got 76 ADR, which more importantly means that he's been cleaning up. His shot up is at 126.
Yeah, he's got 4 assists. He's 10-6 and 4 assists.
Yeah.
That's not a number you see usually get this high into this many rounds, as Eli's picked off 1. This is an eco coming from the side of Kansas State, and they actually decided to play it slow. Once again, kind of smart, I would say, on their side is they know Purdue likes to get aggressive. Purdue might sense that this is an eco, and they're like, okay, we should not get aggressive. They need to approach us at the end of the day as they're now coming out of B ramp. That's 3 of them. They're finding the one player that is Cyber, able to take the trade, and now they're going to be able to take the bomb site as they pick up that M4.
Yeah, they just want to get the bomb down now.
This might be a little bit tricky, but Nusi's going to be there. And, ooh, this time he doesn't find the site. Or, excuse me, he doesn't find the bomb being planted as they take him out. But that was the one rifle going down, and of course, it's just Shot Up, running right through all of them. As Elijah's going to find the last one. And mission success for the side of Kansas State. They get the bomb down. They're able to do a little bit of damage, take out 3 rifles. And that's 6 on the board for Purdue, 6-4. As we will once again see a gun round coming through, and this one for Kansas State, Corey. If they lose this one, I expect to see another timeout.
We'll see. I mean, we saw last time is Kansas State likes to use all of their timeouts in a game to be able to break down each of the rounds. But they really want to be able to get a few more rounds here because they know that they're going to have a very tough CT side, or tougher than normal, just from the play style from Purdue. And now it looks like we're actually going to see some real executes coming in here from Kansas State. I ask the question, is it time to start using some of our strats? Do we want to go ahead and give away some positions here? As you can see, they're going to go ahead and make it where they can be able to push through. Fresh is going to be right there. This player is going to be completely smoked off. We're going to miss a lot here as they're starting to be able to push in here towards the upper bomb site. And Eli has gotten himself 2. Nako's able to have a full flank. About the way that we actually saw that, the player that we were on board with was completely smoked off. There was only one major choke point, but more importantly, they were able to jump off a marshmallow on top of the mini garage and to be able to make their way into the site very quickly. So that's what that smoke was supposed to be set up for. But Eli was ready and waiting, and now the score is 7-4. That's 4 rounds in a row here for Purdue.
And I guess we don't see a timeout. Kansas State just tries to want to ride the momentum, and hey, when Knack's doing that, maybe that's why they still want to play it fast, but they still have Shot Up to work through as he's found 3. Of course he has. He's even found the bomb. Pure Penguin's the last one alive. He's on 27. Shot Up's on 9. So, I mean, if Shot Up is supposed to lose a gunfight, this would be the one. Pure Penguins is just trying to find an angle to where he can quickly find both. Shot Up's going to poke out, and of course he wins that. Of course he wins that. He gets a 4K, shutting down Kansas State completely. And Now they're going to be on another timeout. That's where it comes, where they don't have the guns to come out through on their side. But Corey, we gotta make note of it. This is one of those maps. It's Nuke. Let's remind ourselves. This is Nuke. On the T side, we'd expect a score like what we're seeing to some extent. But what they're not expecting is shot of just having play after play. This guy is a living highlight reel in this match. Pure Penguins didn't swing enough to support his teammate. He actually had to find off Cyber, it looks like, from heaven there. And man, he is just so hot. He's on 17 and 6.
So one of the things that I'd be looking at is, so based off of that second timeout, by now you should have assessed exactly where Shotup's played and where he's been making all of these really crucial points. And he's watching over Hut, as well as, more importantly, he's watching the door whenever Eli can't hold it down by himself. And so he plays this exact same angle. I would suspect you start spraying through this wall right here, just like we saw Ray used to do from Yukon, spamming different points to make sure that right there through that wall, we'll start to see them kind of checking those spots. One of the things that we're not seeing from Kansas State, they're just pushing in. Now, they sometimes will utilize utility, but they're not trying to be able to try any spam spots or anything like that. Nuke is one of the very few CSGO maps that has paper-thin walls. But this eco is starting to look decent here for Kansas State, as they've got a one-player advantage. And there goes one in. Shot up, falls right into Rob. Rob's going to try again, and he does. He's going to continue to hold down, and Eli elects to go down through Secret instead. But Rob is down to 5 HP, but that's all you need. Just need 1 HP to be able to play it around. And Kansas State finally stops the bleeding.
And a vastly successful eco. 4 players surviving. They're walking away with 2 rifles. They got the bomb planted. And there we go. The AWP in the hands of Knack. He's 15 and 10. And oh man, that shot into Cyber.
Oh.
Cyber has had such a bad time at that B ramp position. I think there was only one time he's found a trade for himself. I think he's 2 and 9 right now, and he's just getting blown out of the water from that position. Still holding it. We know he can make an impact. It's just not coming out on top of some of these fights, as now we see the weaponry's not as great on the side of Purdue.
Oh, no.
Shot up's getting aggressive now.
This is not going to go well here, as he's going to get some really good positioning here. And there it is. Yep, and immediately he's able to rotate back around. The damage has been done. And now you can see there's a player that was on the outside as well who got eliminated. But now you got the bomb carrier. They're still inside of lobby. They're going to start pushing here towards ramp room, and Cyber's going to fall there.
Yeah, once again, look at that. 2 and 10. He's just having such a bad time at that position. That's going to give him the bomb site, and it looks like they're going to be planting in just a moment. Shop's going to be the first one on the site. He's going to call it where the bomb's planted as his team rotates into position. Eli's trying to pick a fight onto Mild. He's going to have to wait for that one. Oh, he actually just smokes it off. He wants to start going quick. Shot doesn't have a kit, and they're actually just looking at each other. Where the heck are these guys at? One exposes himself there. And that's Mild. As Pure Penguin's the last guy to do it. He's spraying through the smoke. He actually did a whole lot of damage with that. He's on 9 health. Shotup's going to try and hunt him down. That's the kit on the bomb. He's actually not in the fire either. He's just going to stick it, and Pure Penguin's not able to get there in time. He's able to find the kill, but that is still a round in favor of Purdue. 9-5 now, Corey. And if they're able to get to 9-6, I would say that's a solid stat line for themselves. This is their map pick, and we haven't seen Purdue on this side. So there is a chance that they don't have solid strategies on their T side.
Oh, man.
But with that said, I mean, I think Purdue, just because we haven't seen them doesn't mean we shouldn't give them the credit for not having a strategy, as they've gone pretty aggressive towards outside, and Knack has shut that one down.
Yeah, ramp room should have been your execute. As you can see right now, whether it's, you can see that Cyber is currently 2 and 10, and they haven't been really leveraging that, going towards the ramp room that much this game at all until late in the round. I think they're just worried about the heavy rotate that could happen, the flank coming in, as Pure Penguins takes a little bit of fall damage, and shot up he gets 2 before he falls, and Pure Penguin will get traded as well. As there goes Knack into Eli, and it's left up to Cyber 1-on-2 here in the final round of the first half. But this is where Cyber likes to clutch these, and there it is. There's going to be the start of this one, as he's going to wrap around, and now Devil wanting to add one more round for his team here. He doesn't need to peek. There's no angles that he needs to worry about. And he peeks wide, but it's going to be enough. Devil, he's done it time and time again where he peeks. And he's always won them, for at least for what I can recall. And so that's the 9-6 score line coming in here for Purdue over Kansas State. We look at the board. We'll see how well this second half can go. Man, even Mild is down to 4-13. And he had some really, really good games yesterday. Mild was playing so well yesterday.
But here we go. The pistol side. We've seen Purdue win all 3 of them so far, and they are going quickly to the hands of Mild. And like you said, Corey, we know Mild can be hot. He's going to take one shot and immediately fall back. They're just trying to play the retake at this point. A shot up's going to be the first one to enter on site. And hey, there's Mild showing up, and Pure Penguins there to support us. That bomb just rolls right into their hands, and this is going to be the round rolling right into their favor. Those 2 players able to lock down the B bomb site, and that is 9-7, the first pistol round coming out for Kansas State, and a much-needed one at that.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of pistol rounds coming in against Purdue in this entire tournament, but we'll go ahead and count that one there. So
I think Fresh with that HE, I think he's going to blow up and Squeaky, if I had to guess. And that's exactly what he's going to do, but they're going to be met by a Molotov and Pure Penguins. We've seen him get multiple kills from that position in this exact same situation, but they're met with the Molotov. He finds one, and now Miles holding it down with the auto shotgun, and oh man, it's easy picking. As they just go rushing on in, and oh my goodness. That round turned into a deathmatch server. It was an eco. But in an eco run, that auto shotgun, especially on Nuke, can just be absolutely lethal. And we're going to see how he does it again. Holding that angle in trophy room,
yeah.
and just they are walking into the clutches. And that's $1,800 right there, Corey.
And he's going to keep it. Going to continue to see if he can do something with it. No, I don't see any investment coming in from Kansas State. Here comes the nades. And they're just a little too deep to cause tons of damage. They still cause damage, but it was not as much as they really would have wanted out of it. Now you can see them moving over here towards Secret and Pure Penguins. He's in a tough spot here. He can be able to play this angle. He can make a difference. And they start to line. Oh, no, he does not get the main player that he needed to be able to pick up. As Shot Up is down to 5 HP. And look how effective he can be even with 5 HP. Oh, my goodness. Pure Penguins had it. He had the perfect angle, had the perfect way to be able to play that one. And Rob is going to fall, and now it's going to be left up to Devil. Devil down to a 1-on-2, and they're making a decision. Do I plant behind or do I plant in front? And he's going to plant on the side.
And you know, that might be a big decision there. Why you said they didn't invest, and so Rob was on that MP5. And I have to think that if he had a better gun in that situation, he could have at least traded one. With that said, with them not investing, they'll at least have the next round of weaponry to work with. But Devil, oh, okay, I was about to say he wants to make this happen, but he gets quickly removed.
It made noise, which is enough. At that point, it's really, really easy. The anxiety of not knowing where the player is going to be coming from is immediately taken away out of the situation, and especially in a 2-on-1 and coming down ramp. You got left, I got right. Let's do it. And that's what we saw going into that one as Purdue picking up their first round here in the second half.
Crucial round coming out for the side of Kansas State now. It's 10-8 in favor of Purdue. Neither team's money is looking good. Whoever loses this round is going to be on the back of an eco. And if you're Kansas State, that is the last thing you need in this series, as Pure Penguins has found himself deeper into the side. He didn't want to play aggressive this time.
Yeah, we did an interview with Pure Penguins last time, and that's not something that he likes to do. He doesn't want to be the aggressor. He's found himself in really tough spots, and so he's adjusted for this. And now you can see, oh, he's in a perfect position. And, oh, no, Shot Up is just such a quick reaction. He's unable to slow himself down. And Shot Up through the door is able to take Rob, and Cyber picks himself up one as well. And Knack is going to try to do this with the AWP, and Cyber says, thank you for making that easier on me. I was low on health. As I think Shot Up was the one that caused all that health damage. But there you have it, 11-8 now is the score here for Purdue. If you're just now joining us, the very first match, and as you can see in the top left of your screen, we're in a best of 3, and Purdue won on overpass very decisively at a 16-4 score. As you can see, just those last moments here in that round. exposed, and it's just easy, just like that. Now we're going to be able to start this here. You can see the pistol is coming out here for Kansas State, and now it's left. Oh, Devil with the P250. They narrow all the way down to 1. Wow, that's a positive coming in for Kansas State. As that will, if they're able to win this gun round, they'll be in a better situation, of course. But more importantly, that will force Purdue to have to save, which will give them a possible another round bonus here. But here we have it. We see Pure Penguins with the FAMAS, and the rest of his team with M4s. They have 0, or I guess they have got 2 smokes and a flash, but very little utility coming in here for Kansas State.
Must-win round. An absolute must-win round. That's a great start. Is there? Oh, not quite able to find shot. Oh, he's so close as Robin. He knows it. He wants that one so bad. Shot up is just able to weasel away with 4 HP. And there goes the crucial player on the side of Pure Penguins, or excuse me, Kansas State in the hands of Pure Penguins as Cyber's able to take him down. Okay, well, there goes shot up. So now they've evened up the odds. 12-8 here, Corey. On the cusp of being reset is Kansas State. That loss bonus hasn't maxed out yet. If they lose this one, it will. But, man, they do not want to see another loss round. They want to start trying to even up these odds. They had such a strong start to this game. And then Purdue was able to walk with the half at 9-6. Since then, it has been looking good for Purdue as Devil's got himself a nice angle. And Eli, man, Cyber just can't catch a break, getting shot by all of his teammates. And that's going to be the 9th on the board for Kansas State. So good hold there. They're not going to be on the heels of Nico, but their money still is not stellar. I'm going to be glad that they saved some weaponry from last round, but as you see it, 2 MP9s. Unfortunately, on the other side, they're going against pistols, and only the AK in the hands of shot up, but hey, that can be enough.
Yeah, here come the nades as they suspect that they're going to be playing here towards the outside. This is an eco round coming in here but Knack wants to go ahead and go to town. He's got 3 so far. Left up to Noosty, and Shot Up's found himself. He does have an AK here. And so we'll see. Anything is possible. As you can see 2 MP9s coming out here for Kansas State. So you can just, again, you see how broke the economy is for Kansas State at this point. As there's no loss bonus going in their way, and they really can't leverage that because they need to string some rounds together. As Devil's able to pick up 2 as he was up on top of the hut. He took down Shot Up to start. That's where you wanted to start there in that round. 12-10. We're going to see, we might see some guns coming in here. Let's see at 1900 there for Fresh. As you can see another look there as they're pushing through. And Shot Up, of course, he bought an AK in that round. Or at least he was dropped an AK as I look at his money. And now we're going to see another eco coming in here for Purdue and see whether or not if they're going to try to be able to push in one by one again. Now they're going to continue to challenge this outside. And I think Naka's done a really good job watching the outside. As he's joined up with Mild now. They're in ramp room. As Pure Penguins is watching 2 different angles. He's watching outside and the squeaky door. So I wonder if he's got support here. As that flash is going to be a deep flash, getting him enough position there. And Knack is going to be out there to support him later in the round as Pure Penguin made a call out. And wrapping there. Oh, he catches Noosty just on top of Marshmallow. This is still an eco coming in for Purdue. But every round matters in a best of 3, especially after you lose your first map 16-4. You have to prove to yourself. You have to constantly prove to yourself, we've got this. We are a good team. We can do this. And if they start to slow down some of these players, you know, in the very first map, John, Cyber was competing against Shot Up on that scoreboard for the most kills in the game. And he's at 9-18. He has not necessarily. Now, Nuke is one of those tough ones on the CT side to prove yourself because it's all about whether or not a team attacks your bomb site or not. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Looks like we're going to see an aggressive push here coming in from Kansas State. As Pure Penguins has been able to pick up 2, and he's hightailing it out. He saves. He's at 100 HP, John.
That he is, and he's still trying to take more fights. Look how much damage he's done. These last 2 players had 11 health between them, and just like that, Knack and Pure Penguins absolutely sealing that one for themselves and tying up the score at 12. Pure Penguins, you could tell that this is their comfort pick, Corey. This is why this is their map pick. They are so dominant. We talked about this before. Kansas State, they like to be in the driver's seat. They like to take the action, and they like to be aggressive. So it does not surprise me at all to see those guys pushing outside, being aggressive. And now we see Mild finding himself at that great position there. They're all going to trickle in. They're going to see one. Oh, shot.
He needs to bait this out. He needs to bait it out for a little bit longer now that he knows where they're all at, and he does at least pick up two. That was a smart play. He knew that his teammate was right next to him, so he knew that he had to slow it down for a little bit and see what he can find. But he had so much intel, and also getting 2 kills out of that are going to be very, very helpful. And again, another eco coming in for Purdue. But we've learned throughout this entire collegiate tournament that pistols are so strong.
Yeah, now they've got themselves 2 M4s to work with. So Cyber's on 14. They're about to push in this AWP, and there it is. Knack able to close them out. Noosty's got all of his health to work with, but that op only needs 1 shot. He's going to try and hunt it down, pushing him out of the position now. He's gone to heaven. Let's see what he can find from here. As Knack is still trying to go on the hunt, getting a bit aggressive. Noosty, neither of them hitting their shots, and there goes just a no-scope, because why not? With that no-scope, Kansas State regains the lead 13-12, and the guns are going to come out for the side of Purdue. And Core, we were talking about the economy for the side of Kansas State. They've been able to bounce that back, and they will be in a great position for at least the next few rounds. There's that no-scope to close it out.
John, you say regains the lead. That lead happened a long time ago in this game. And so Kansas State finally feeling good about themselves. They're on the CT side. They know that they've been playing very, very strong. But now we've got an op in the hands of Noosty. Cyber gets dropped down to 3 HP. And I'm looking at it. It looks like he was probably inside of Hut. Yep, he was. He was actually getting shot from the rafters down through Hut. And that smoke is going to delay that position over at Squeaky Door for a while. They elect to go over here. Let's go and hop on board here. Yep, we're with Mild now. Mild's going to go ahead and give a quick peek. There's going to be one. He's quickly traded by Noosty. And Knack is going to watch the cross here. And he does. He picks up one. That was fresh. As he retreats further back, they still haven't taken the bomb down yet. They want to try to be able to win a challenge. They go ahead and drop the bomb down there. And none of the players are moving yet. They don't want to execute yet. They want to see what's going to happen there. And Knack, he's going to get picked as they're still challenging. They have not dropped down towards a lower. And Noosty's questioning what he should do with this bomb because his teammates are actually already headed over here towards rafters. That flashbang coming up on top. They're going to know that there's going to be a player up there. And here comes the challenge. We'll see if Shot Up can lead the charge here. He's a great entry fragger. And Shot Up has been spotted. He's knocked down to 3 HP. Rob turns on another one. And it's kill after kill coming in for Kansas State as now the score is 14-12. Kansas State has put a lot of rounds up on the board as now they feel like they've got a really good, strong CT side. And map number 3 is going to take us to Mirage if Kansas State can find a way to close this one out.
It seems like we're getting ever so close to finding ourselves on that decider. Is starting off with a lot of damage already is Kansas State, but they're going to find Devil. He jumped down from HUD, and now Shop's going to be poking out. He's going to find Pure Penguins, and Knack's able to return the favor. It's now a 2v1, and just like that, you blink and it's over. It's map point for Kansas State. They're about to do great work on this CT side as Purdue finding themselves once again.
Knack is 32-19.
Holy cow. Yeah, look at that.
We talked about Knack. We talked about Pure Penguins in the pregame show. And you can see it now. They're starting to find themselves. And that's the 2 players that you need to be on lookout for. And if they can come out to play and compete against Shot Up, Noosty is one of those players from Purdue that needs to start to show up a little bit more. He's slowly waking up. And you start to question, have some of these players decided to just pull an all-nighter for this game because it was a 10 a.m. match start time for some of these.
Oh.
And Fresh, he's still not awake as he slams himself onto the floor.
Well, he's going to be awake after landing on the ground after that. So 4v4 situation. Shot Up's not on the most amount of life, and he's gotten picked up. So a good return there from Fresh. Now we see Purdue trying to figure out where they're wanting to take this one. See another player poking out through Mild, and he's able to find a quick pick
Oh, that's just annoying. Now
He
now
retreats.
they have to worry about that angle this whole time too, and Mild is already out of there. He's already changed his position altogether here, John.
Yeah, with that, they even call it out. They're just going to take their way through secret, even though they got found there. Rob might swing at an interesting time here. He's going to see it. He's going to call that out. And if you see Pure Penguins just waiting to go down under, and as he makes his way through the vents, now he throws that smoke, and they've got only 30 seconds to work with here. So they've got to start making noise eventually, and that they do.
Mild's already in a good position.
Yep, Corey, as you said, he was in a good position, and it turned out to be the best position as he's able to close out Nuke 16-12 in favor of Kansas State. I would say that we're not surprised to see that, but they did start very hot on the side of Purdue. It was a 9-6 half. 6 is pretty good for the side of the T's. They were able to return the favor, and now we are going to Mirage, the decider.
Oh man, this has been a good match. Of course, we saw Purdue. They came out swinging. Their gloves were on, and they were just knocking out Kansas State in map number 1. But sometimes you just need a good coach to be able to get you back into the ring, and we saw Kansas State able to take map number 2. That takes us to our third and final map. We're headed to Mirage. We'll be back after this. Reload Collegiate CSGO Invitational is brought to you by the U.S. Army. More than 150 different careers. Find your What's Your Warrior best fit at GoArmy.com. We're back here at the Esports Stadium, Arlington. We're about to get into map number 3. I'm Corey Dunn, joined here with Jonathan O. Make sure you give John O a follow on Twitter. We're trying to boost up his confidence that much further as he's done a really good job in this tournament. So congratulations, John. You've done really, really good. That's going to take us into map number 3, Mirage, as we've got Purdue and Kansas State. I'm not really – I don't follow a lot of Big Ten football or anything like that, but seeing these two teams bout it out on a map like Mirage to find out who's going to stay in the tournament, we'll see how this one plays. It's going to be a good one, though, as this is actually going to be the knife round as well, and so we're going to go ahead and showcase this for you here in just a second. But again, we've seen a lot of Mirage, we've seen a lot of Overpass, and I'm okay with it. At this point, we're seeing some really good games on both of those maps, and let's go and take a look here at the knife round. This will decide who's going to be starting on which side here for their third and final map between these two teams. And Kansas State's got a couple blade slashes in there, and there was the trade. As you can see, Kansas State is going to choose the side that they want to start on. I don't know. I don't know exactly how these guys want to be able to play this one. Actually, it looks like they are going to elect to start off on the T side. So there must be something that they like about this. And the pistol rounds have been super strong for Purdue, but the last map in the second half, Kansas State was able to pick that one up. Let's see what they can be able to do here, as they've got 2 players going to be playing against for this site, and that is Eli and Noosty and Cyber. They're going to be starting to be able to push in towards the site, and both of them fall to Pure Penguins. That's the player that we are on the lookout for, and Mild has got 2 of his own, and it's left up to Cyber 1 on 5, and they are a full goes all the way in, and Kansas State does not lose a single member, and Kansas State winning that pistol round, that might mean a lot to us here, John.
You are absolutely correct, and that's the exact way you want to start off your T side if you're Kansas State. You want to start with that momentum. You want to start fast. You want to shut down these players on the side of Purdue, because the last time we saw Purdue on Mirage, it was against Northeastern, and that was a 16-2 in their favor. So you want to come out of the gates quick on the side of Kansas State, and that's exactly what they're doing. He wanted to jump towards window, that's for sure, but he finds himself an underpass, and hey, it's worked out for him. They find Eli and Connector, and Rob has already found himself so far forward. Look at the position he's at. They are just hunting down these players at this point, and look at that.
All 5
Another
again.
5-man surviving for the side of Kansas State. There's only one key on their keyboard, and it is W, because they are running their way through. And Corey, as you mentioned it, we've seen a lot of Mirage. It is the oldest map in this tournament, standing at 23 times we've seen it. If we see this map 2 more times, this map will be older than I am. If we see this map a few more times,
Yep. I was ready. Yep. All right. We'll see how this one goes here. As Kansas State winning the first 2 rounds. Now, there's one thing to call out, but we'll hold on to that one as they're pushing directly here into the A bomb site. Mac-10's coming out, and Shot Up is out of this round already. And what a flashbang as Eli stays alive long enough as the bomb will start to tick away here inside of the A bomb site. But they are going right at it. These are submachine guns that are challenging here against Purdue. And Cyber's just wanting to be able to get one through that ticket booth. It's just not happening. And finally, Rob peeks out and he gets taken out there. Oh, Devil with the spray missing. It's down to this one-on-one. Noosty now. He's going to get spotted and taken down there. And he goes ahead and shows another hat that he might wear that just so happens to not be a penguin hat, a crown, as Kansas State has got 3 rounds. Now, we've seen a lot of Purdue on Mirage. And I know that Rob himself has been watching our Twitch stream this whole time as well. So shout out to Rob for watching the Twitch stream.
Let's
but
go,
more
Rob.
importantly, we actually know that he's probably been paying attention to the fact that Purdue likes to control middle as much as possible. They use 3 players to control middle. They hit catwalk, they hit from the window, and they hit from connector all at the same time. So they'll probably be able to make that assessment here. But here comes a push and another one coming in. As, oh my goodness, Kansas State has come out to play here in the 3rd map.
They are coming in with a vengeance, Corey. They are playing so fast, and this is why they've elected to start this T side. They want to turn up the heat.
To 11. Oh, man.
Maybe even 12. As there's Noosty. He's finding one onto Rob, but this round is over. That's going to be 4 on the board for Kansas State. Seems like Cyber's trying to get cute. He's going to be close to the side. There's actually no one close to him, but they've got enough angles to be able to watch him as Pure Penguin is going to run in, and that's unfortunately his first death of the match, and he's not feeling too bad about that. You'll take that for an exchange of a round any day of the week. So that is 4 on the board of Kansas State. Now we're going to see guns come out. That wasn't Eco for the side of Purdue. The only thing they had was a scout. And here we go. Seeing Noosty with that AWP, he's even got a great spawn for himself too.
Yeah, let's make sure we, yeah, let's absolutely hop on with Noosty. Number 2. See if he can be able to get this early pick. There's not going to be anybody there, but now you can see you've got 2 players. They're spread throughout the map. Of course, we'll pay attention to those early rounds. As Knack is the one with the AWP, you're going to see a quick push in here. That's just going to be 1 player. He's baiting in. There's a no-scope on Shot Up inside of the Palace. And now they're going to start executing here towards this bomb site. And Pure Penguins finding fresh. And the A bomb site is open. And there's only 2 left, but Noosty, he says, you haven't punched your ticket yet, as he's sitting there by the ticket booth. And Devil says, I don't need one. Left up to Cyber here by himself. He wants to help his team, and he does see one. Mild just doesn't see him in time. And now it's left up to Pure Penguins, Devil against Cyber. Oh, make that now just Devil. And Devil, through the staircase, is able to take down Cyber 5-0 now in favor of Kansas State.
And yet another Eco is going to be coming out for the side of Purdue. Corey, you had some curiosity in your voice when you heard that Kansas State decided to go with their T side. And I think at this point in time, there is no doubt.
Well, you hit the nail on the head there, John. It was about setting tempo. And that pistol round definitely was a tempo setter. And Shot Up, getting taken out. He is 0-6.
That was a nice find there from Noosty on the return.
Noosty's so fun to watch with his scout. So fun.
That is a good call. He is 0-6 as this Eco's starting to do some damage. But now they're just working together. They're getting that bomb to the A bomb size. Eli's actually found another one, and here we go. There's that scout again, Corey, as it's now down to a 1v2, and Devil's got 15 health. This should be Purdue's round. They've got the guns that close this out. They both just need to find one click of the gun, and there it is. Scoping in is Noosty. As he finds a 3K, he's going to even upgrade to the...
Oh, no. It's all good. He's able to drop in a K. Maybe that might help out his teammates. You can see that has transitioned to the hands of Shot Up.
How did he not pick that up? Man, that's the difference between just making it there in time and... Well, he's still got it off this time. He just had to buy it. So let's see if he finds the pick. We already know he's warmed up with the sniper. We saw 3K with the scout, and he doesn't want to hold on. As Kansas State's got a feeling something's up. They saw him get close to that sniper last round, and they saw how lethal he was, and they're not wanting to tempt it. I'd be curious to know how well Noosty performed in that 16-2 against Northeastern. We know that Shot Up was like 23-9. So, I mean, we've been talking about him on that last map, and he's 0-6 core, as you mentioned. He can come online at any time as there he is. He gets his first on the board, and there is Cyber finding 3 on Cats. That's going to be the bomb, and that is surely the round as Devil's got himself in an impossible situation. Cyber's pushing forward, and that was easy picking. He had no health to work with. Now they know where Devil's at, and he even throws a Molotov in the window trying to secure himself. Corey, as you talk about it, Kansas State, they love holding on to mid. They love taking control, and we know Purdue likes to do the same.
Yeah, that's Purdue's main objective is to try to make sure they've got mid control. Of course, mid is the main factor in this map. It allows them to decide which direction they want to go quickly. And Purdue picks up their second round, so Noosty coming in hot and be able to pick up these rounds. John, I don't want to over-dramatize some of the things that are going on as we take some look here at as the Cyber here on Catwalk. He takes out 3 quickly. But when we were talking a moment ago about the being able to pick up the gun, there's definitely some problems that are in the game where they're trying to be able to pick up a weapon when they're amongst other weapons. But here we go. We're going to see some players being able to push in there. Shot Up finds his second kill in the game. And they're just going to be pushing on through, getting the bomb planted. So mission accomplished in that point. And now it's going to be down to a 3-on-3. And that smoke is delaying the inevitable. As they're going to try to be able to push here towards the side. They got 2 players playing underneath balcony here. And they're going to start to be able to push up. Let's see if they are able to stay alive. And Cyber finds the last one there onto Mild. But, you know, there's a challenge where you could have a decoy on the ground and an AWP right there with it, and you always for some reason pick up the decoy every time. A $50 weapon versus you can't even call a decoy a weapon. $50 utility versus a $47.50 AWP, and so that's something that everybody wants to fix, but just something that I know that people have had discussions about online, talking about the use key.
But hey, don't hate on the decoy. We saw a decoy strike yesterday on Inferno, and it worked to perfection.
It's so bad.
It could not have worked any better. Like, that is the reason. That exact result is the reason why people do it.
St. Clair College.
That was hilarious. That was a great match.
They did everything against UConn that they had the Astralis. We're of course talking about Inferno. They had the Astralis set up, the pistol save there in the B bomb site in the pit, and they won that round. And then they also had a decoy pistol round where 4 players bought decoys and just bounced it off of alt mid and then rushed back towards Banana and won the round. That round was really, really funny to see from a pistol round. And like as we get this deep into the tournament, seeing a pistol round like that, hey, it works. So there you have it. But here we're back into this one. We're in our 3rd map. As Purdue, they've found some life. And it's on the back of Noosty, who started off to help his team to start to pick up some rounds here. As score again is 5-3. They're spread throughout the map. And Fresh is actually giving up connector. And see if he can be able to reposition himself. They got 3 players who are currently over there towards the B-bomb site here for Kansas State. And Devil finds Fresh. They're just getting trades. And right now, that's what needs to happen. They need to get these trades. And a quick flick coming in. He legs Mild. But now he's going to be trying to be able to tap away. But he's got another one. Oh, just barely missing. Whizzing by the ear of Mild. As Knack has fallen to Eli. They don't know that Mild's still up on the box. And, of course, that's an easy shot. He set up onto a pedestal. But Rob comes over to the top. He's going to be on this one-on-one. And he does pick it up against Eli. So right now the score is 6-3 now in favor of Kansas State.
And this is the point where, in the mind of Kansas State, everything from here on out is just a bonus. We talked about it. This is what we would expect, like a 9-6, almost a 10-5 at some extent for the side of the T's. So now that they've already hit that magic number of 6, everything after this is just cherry on top. As that Molotov misses the mark, so we see it bounced off the wall, but Newsty's not missing. We haven't seen a B hit yet come out for the side of Kansas State, other than that pistol round in which they just had a 5-man clean take. That is a pistol round, so that's a different story. But now we're seeing weapons as Newsty finds himself a second one. Now they might have an idea that something's up. It's pretty quiet towards that A site. Kansas State would have made their hit by now, and here they come. Devil's the first one leading the charge, and they're going to see him, and they're going to kill him. It's down to 2 players, left him mild, and that's the bomb carrier Rob, and he's going to go down. A clean hold coming through the side of Purdue. That's all 5 players surviving. And that's what they needed. They have not been able to keep up with the tempo of that of Kansas State. Kansas State came out swinging, and we see some slow players on the other side. Purdue Eli's at 5, Fresh is at 2, Shot Up's at 3. If it wasn't for Newsty and Cyber having a good game for themselves, we could see a much deeper scoreline. But here we go. Kansas State now looking like they want to try that B apartments once again as they're on pistols.
You can see them working their way back. We're probably going to see a smoke that's going to come over the top towards window from the bomb carrier being mild. He's got a smoke and flash. As they're working their way up here towards connector, here comes the smoke over the top. And it's going to bounce right in, and it actually bounces. I think it ended up, I don't know if it got catwalk or what have you, but it doesn't matter. They're going to be pushing in here. Another smoke over there for Jungle. Shot Up is going to get quickly traded there, but the bomb is trying to make its way into the site, and Cyber's on a quick rotate, and Pure Penguin wide swings and finds Cyber. As they do get the bomb planted, but this is, oh, Newsty. This is going to be a really good way to end this game. You've got some players that have heated up. And Kansas State, I think Kansas State needs to go with more of that those quick hits. But there you go, Kansas State doing what they do and calling a timeout in the first half whenever things are not necessarily going their way.
And that wasn't eco.
Yes,
so they were at least, they got mission successful. They got the bomb down. They got 3 players with it. Now, as you said it, Corey, Kansas State, one of those teams we've seen utilize timeouts the most in this tournament. And I like to see that, just as it seems like their success after a timeout is actually pretty good. And we're going to see AKs in hands now. Rob could have afforded the AWP, but he doesn't want to be a glass cannon, so he's going to join his team with these AKs, armor, and utility all the way through. 6-5 scoreline in Kansas State's favor as we head into round number 12. Seems like they have liked this feeling of trying to take underpass. They want connector control through underpass. I'll be curious to see if this time they hold it. Last time we saw Fresh on the stairs, and there goes Fresh. Or excuse me, there goes Rob. Oh, Fresh is using the AWP. They've actually got 2 of them. We didn't call that one out. Now he's holding towards this stair position. Last time we saw him there, he had his back turned.
Oh, man.
I'm sure he's going to watch it this time. As he's going to find one. That's a nice shoulder peek baiting at the shot. And Penguins,
oh, he immediately goes to this position. That's very, very smart. But you need to look out as Fresh finds Pure Penguin. He knew that he made his way towards the vent, especially after throwing that smoke down. Here comes across. There's one. Fresh has gotten 3 here in this round. As it's left up to Devil and Knack. That kill streak is ended.
But look at the
Fresh.
angle Shot Up's coming at. Look at the angle he's coming at. He's not able to find the shots. He's exposed himself, but there's Knack. He goes down. He was able to do some damage on the Devil, but Devil, that is a great shot there to shut down Shot Up. And now they've got the bomb down. Eli's got to get to work with.
He's got a molly and nade as well here, John.
Oh, he just flashed himself. As Eli, we know he can be clutch in these situations, and there goes the Molotov. Or excuse me, there goes the HE, and there goes the Molotov to follow. He's using all of his utility, but you need to fight it with your gun in these 1v1 situations. He just wanted to run through it all, showing us which bind goes for which piece of utility, and he's able to close it out as Devil, and that's 7 on the board for Kansas State.
So what ended up happening, the flashbang allowed Devil to get from one box to the other, and he just assumed that he was behind that firebox or behind that bomb box, and they definitely took advantage. But here comes a B rush, And they're on an eco here as Cyber gets one. Cyber's getting two so far. And this is a good round going in for, oh my goodness. The fact that it's even got to this point is now left up to Mild. Mild down to a 1-on-2. And Shot Up does have an M4. And you're going to start to anticipate it. Noosty is definitely anticipating it. He tries to wide swing. And oh my goodness, no. He just assumed. He just assumed that Shot Up was going to be coming towards Catwalk, and that's just not the right call. But here you go. This is what does it, is Cyber going to town. He takes out 3 in the round, locking it down. And Purdue, they've got 6 rounds on the board here against Kansas State.
And you know what they say about assuming, Corey. You shouldn't do it.
Yep.
That's
okay.
the saying.
Yep.
That's exactly the saying. That's how it goes. And now we're seeing them running towards mid. Fresh again with this AWP. It's a return eco on the side of Kansas State as they've taken out Fresh with that AWP. And Cyber is okay. Well, I can't even talk about what's going on. And that round concludes 7-7. Purdue's able to fight back and at least get a tie on the board for themselves. But if you're Kansas State, you are absolutely ecstatic with how this half has gone. 7 on the sides of the tee is quite solid. Who's going to ride the momentum going into the second half? Noosty sitting on that AWP. He's taking a different angle this time. He's allowing Fresh to watch towards window. Noosty wants to take his attention towards connector as now we see 3 players going down mid. Mild splitting off to the B apartments. As Kansas State, they kept up the tempo for so long. They kept it a fast-paced match. Now it seems like in round number 15, they want to think about their strategy before fully executing. We actually just see Pure Penguins only on a deagle in this round. As Shot Up has somehow found his way all the way behind enemy lines. And oh no, oh my goodness, that got awkward there. He pulled his knife out at just the wrong time, and Miles just swinging. And look at that, they're falling down one by one. They're going to take this A bomb site. This should be round number 8 on the board.
Don't call it too soon, John.
You are exactly right, Corey. They're able to somewhat even up the odds as Noosey's found himself a great
and
position.
the bomb.
Oh, he got the bomb down. He didn't plant it. He must have stopped planting. He got nervous there. Now it's a 2v2. This for sure shouldn't have been Kansas State's round, and it's become tricky. These players got great positioning. They've smoked off Noosey.
Yeah, I had a weird feeling. I mean, the way that Noosey has been playing, we've seen some really clutch rounds, but it is down to a 1-on-2. Can Noosey pull this one off? And no! Man, it almost looked like they were able to pick up that round. But there you have it, Kansas State going into the second half. They've got the lead, and traditionally speaking, this score line is usually a 9-6 for the CT side. But we'll see. The play style for both of these teams can definitely make an impact on that score line and change the whole purpose of how a map should end. And I think that an 8-7 is just going to be for a really, really good game.
Well, an unfortunate start here for Kansas State as they stack multiple players. Oh, my goodness. They stacked multiple players towards that B bomb site, but Pure Penguins. He's going to try and slow down this push where he can.
Yeah, this is a pretty typical stack that we had seen from Kansas State before. And, uh-oh, they've planted. Oh, my goodness, John. And Pure Penguins has taken out 2, and it's left up to Cyber. And it's not all 5 of them left alive. They only lost Knack, though. And another pistol round coming in here for Kansas State. Oh, this is going to be good. As they're having fun now. Just the last moments. Pure Penguins is one of those guys. When we talk to him, also, John, you got to remind me. I haven't done it yet. We need to take the picture that Pure Penguins. Make sure you go give a follow to Rob. I think it's Rob Duff. I'll have to find. I'll tweet it out again, and give Rob a follow because he posted on behalf of Pure Penguins with the picture. But here comes Cyber. This is an eco. They forced up here coming in from Purdue. And they're going to try to see if they can win this one. As I was talking about Rob got taken out in the beginning, and Knack just can't find which way he wants to aim there. But Pure Penguins is in the action now. Devil's going to pick up one, and whew, wow, quickly traded. As they've found an opening that are here inside of window. And Mild just running around. They know that one player is over here. That might detract them, but hey, there's one other thing. There's 5 icons on the mini-map, and one of them is the bomb, and it's way far away. But they do have a ton of time to play here. You can see Noosty running about. He's actually separated from his teammate. And I'd love to see Fresh's angle where he's at right now. Okay, he's watching the crossover. So we're probably going to, oh, they're going to attack the B bomb site together. And Fresh making all the noise in the world. But Mild, the time just does not, timing is just not his thing. It always catches him. And so we can see he's working his way. He's going to give up his side position tier as well. And there it is, going to be peeking out at the wrong time. He never has a good angle. He has to just find himself a good home or just regroup with a teammate. I think Mild plays really, really well with a teammate. But Pure Penguins, different storyline. He's the aggressor. And he's so aggressive, but he's going to get taken down there by the MAC-10 from afar. And now it's going to be 8-9 as Kansas State still has the lead.
So that was a forced round there for Purdue.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
They lost the pistol, and then they forced up that round. They were able to find it, so they will be rewarded against going against the Nico. And they're just going to quickly make their way towards mid confidently.
Yeah, they've got catwalk right now. They can continue to be able to push through. They've got the bomb carriers actually in underpass. Pure Penguins can make an impact here, but we might see a challenge. They're starting to run past one another. And Pure Penguins is on the quick flank. He might be able to take down the bomb carrier as Noosty jumps out with the bomb. He knows that he's being chased. And a quick takedown. Oh my goodness, he almost picked up 2 of them. But shot up is right here, full on auto. And now it's left up to Devil. Man, that was so close.
Now he's gone spotted. This should be a 9-9 scoreline, and that's exactly what we see. Purdue able to tie it up. Corey, do you have any insight on that 16-2, where they got all their rounds from? Was it their CT side or their T side? Do you know?
I do not know.
That is unfortunate. Well, as mentioned, we saw Purdue on this map 16-2 against Northeastern. We know they're stellar on this side, or on this map, but we should say as they go against another eco. Not even upgraded pistols. We only see 2 upgraded pistols, and that's in the form of a P250 and a 5.7. With that, they might now know that they're against an eco again, as they're just picking off one by one. There it goes, and that should be the round. Devil's the last one alive again. Trying to do some damage with his P250. He's taking out 1. 10 on the board is imminent, and there it is. Purdue taking the lead in this decider map. This is the first map of the day, and the loser of this will go home. Gun round now coming out for Kansas State. It's an important one.
Yeah, so Northeastern, the matchup against Purdue. Purdue actually started off on the T side, so they've got, now is that map 16-2, so they've got a very, very impressive T side from Purdue. And we'll see. Yeah, shot up. Has found one there onto Rob to be able to kick off this round. He takes a lot of damage, though.
It couldn't really go any better, but he got 9 HP. I mean, I guess it could have gone better if he got the pick, but now Nak is trying to take all the gunfights, calling for support, and ooh, he is getting absolutely burned out of that position. My goodness.
Yeah, due to economy, he didn't have enough, and oh my goodness, Devil down to 3 HP. He stays alive long enough, but he does pick up 1, and oh no, Eli falls, as now it's going to be left up to Mild, 1-on-2.
They know his exact position as well, so they play in favor of themselves. Get on out of the sight, as they are watching towards connector now. Miles not being quiet about it. He's going in there. And they can hear every step of the way, as Noose is going to be the first one to swing, and Cyber's there for the support, so perfectly played there. From the last 2 players combined have a 23 health line for themselves, as they now find themselves 11 on the board. They're going to be going against another eco from Kansas State. We'll see it here.
Yeah, as soon as Noosty started firing, Cyber quickly peeked, and that's how you play together as a team. We've seen it a few times where a player will shoot and then not make anything happen. Here comes a quick mid-rush, and they say thank you. We needed a little DMing going on before we start, as now they're able to tap away in 12-9 as they just control mid. So Purdue looking really strong on the T side here on Mirage.
And look, Corey, I know it's an eco. I know they're going against an eco, but just one taps with an AK at that range is it's just always so great to see. There's something so satisfying at just about one tapping. Maybe it's that's what I aspire towards one of these days, is to be able to use an AK that well. As it seems like they wanted to go quickly out of A, and they are met by a grenade. As they still are making their way out here. They're going to find contact this shot up. He doesn't check it in Pure Penguins. Okay, he pulls the trigger now, and now that's going to reveal his position. They're also coming out of Palace, but he's able to find two. Rob's able to support. They're flooding onto the site now. Two players. They found the smoke down, and they're just going to try to get the bomb. Nushi's instantly just starting to plant. Eli's trying to support. Oh, they got the bomb. Oh, he's okay. I got confused there. The graphic says he's planting. He just got taken out at the end there.
Yeah,
and there we go. Getting around on the board for themselves after the pistol was the last they found. That was, I believe, 5 in a row for the side of Purdue. Yes, it was. So they found the pistols, Kansas State, 5 in a row, and then now they've bounced back. They've got a lot of money they need to burn through as Nax being tapped through mid, and oh my gosh, he still stays there despite taking hit after hit after hit. He's going to fall down. The only impact he's made is 69 damage on the Fresh. Nice. They are now pushing down towards mid.
See, they've got complete mid control, and they've had mid control this whole game, which allows them to go to either way. They can go catwalk, they can go underpass, they can go window, they can go connector. And right now they've got Shot Up, who's heading here through catwalk.
The bomb did go down, and they had a player there in Pure Penguins, but just rotated a little bit too soon.
That's going to create a new opening again. They smoke it off, so they're actually coming directly here. As Rob, oh my goodness, they fell right into the hands of Rob. Oh wow. And now Eli, he's got to worry about where is Rob going to be. Now they know where both of them are at. Now you can see that Eli has decided to quickly run back towards the A bomb site. That's the right call. As Rob is down to 47 HP. Bomb is planted. Now you can see Rob's going to go ahead and rotate quickly. As Eli, he might hear him on this one going through CT spawn. I think he did. I think he has. And Rob is just running about. And he does. That's one I don't know about. What, if anything, I have no problem with him running to that position, but at that point you start to walk. Because it's way too easy for an AK to be able to peek out and get an angle. But if you ran all the way to position and then walked, or even stood still for a moment, it feels like he disappeared, he vanished, and he doesn't know where he's at yet. So that's something that the commander will play that a little bit differently. But it makes it very easy for him to be able to peek out at the right time as he's trying to enter in to the A bomb site.
13-10 now in favor of Purdue. This is a must-win round on the side of Kansas State. If you look at the money, it's not great. Sure, they've got the loss bonus, but that is not going to be enough. As they desperately need this round for themselves, and Purdue has just had such a fast T side for themselves. We were talking about how fast Kansas State came out. Purdue's come out even faster than that, it feels. And they've got to stop the bleeding. As Rob's going to poke out, he's going to see Eli, and oh, he actually doesn't see him, and he just only sees a bullet hitting him in the head. He's taken down to 50. He's glad to be able to walk in from that one alive as Shot Up's pushing through B apartments. There's actually 3 towards connector. They're trying to make a lot of noise here. Shot Up's going to find some contact. Ooh, Mile just had a position just out of sight. So now they're starting to open up, and ooh, that is a great shot there from Shot Up. This is going to split up the focus, and they're going to take their focus on towards the B site. Here comes the team, and the bomb has made it in. 4 players are going on site, and as I said, this is a must-win round on the side of Kansas State. At this point, they've got to forfeit this round. They cannot afford to give up these guns. AWP and the AK is far too valuable.
Yeah, they're at max round bonus, but it's only $3,400 going into this one. And none of them are going to be in a good situation. As Pure Penguins probably should not challenge here. But he has one player to worry about, and that was Cyber, who is on the flank inside of the A bomb site. They know exactly where Knack is at, and Knack with a nice little flick there, and he decides to peek it. There's no choice for him to be able to fade away. He has to win each gunfight one at a time. After, again, they didn't go and save their weapons. They gave them away. That's a 4750 AWP, plus the armor that you had, plus the, I think there was a nade or a couple utility that they still had.
He had a Molotov.
And they gave it away.
All right, that might have been a Molotov that fell out of the hands of the player flanking in Cyber, but regardless, your point is valid. That's 4750 out of one player. Then they lost the AK in the hands of Pure Penguins. And now they're finding their backs against the wall.
Noosty right there playing pretty well. He's got a good KD, but you can see Cyber at 105 for his team.
And this is the Purdue that we've talked about. All of these players being able to step up when they need to. Elijah's found himself in 1v2 positions. Clutched that out. Fresh has had some great shots with the AWP. Even found some picks towards mid. As they go against an eco and they stack 4 people onto that B bomb site. And that's actually where the bomb's heading. It seems like it's going to underpass now. And seems like they've got somewhat of a feeling. Maybe even just returning to their default setup, as we know that they like to take control towards mid. They like to do it through connector. They see that there's no one in window. And Pure Penguins is going to be the only person holding down this A site. Once again, Corey, if you take a look at the minimap, the bomb is not in hands of Purdue. So if they take this site, they're going to have to take some time to run back and grab it. As there it goes, Cyber's going now. He's rejoining his team from A. Shotup's not going to check the player here, and he's going to get taken down. And he's actually getting aggressive as Penguins. He finds 2. That's a huge impact into the round. That's going to buy him some time to get some rotations. And the bomb is still a little bit indecisive.
He's going to hear both of these footsteps run by. And so now the bomb is probably going to continue to head towards the B bomb site, and more importantly, heading here through Catwalk.
What a huge win this would be if Kansas State can get 11 on the board. This is an eco.
And they reposition themselves in a better eco position as well, as Devil is right there, is able to find one into Noosty. Again, they're playing all these off weird angles that are just challenging. And Devil does not need to peek this again. He does not need to challenge it. Just continue to poke and prod.
Oh, and Rob's rotating off.
There's no reason for Rob to rotate off either. And the bomb is going to get planted. Rob does get taken out. And there you have it. They need to, and Mile does not need to push here either. Mile does not need to be in this position yet. Now they can start to attack together, as now they're all going to be in this location, and Cyber's going to get taken out. And Kansas State able to get the defuse. That's a big, huge round, and they get 3 AKs out of it. They've got body armor that they're going to go ahead and upgrade if they want to. Of course, they don't have to, because AKs usually come out for Purdue anyway. That's a big round. That's a really nice eco. And you can see it all starts right here when shot up, just not watching the right angle, and Fresh just cannot pick up the kill. And then you can see, look at these eco after eco after eco just coming in. The pistols are out. That's something we've seen this entire tournament. The Collegiate eco, the Deagle eco is just so lethal. And we'll see how this round, as we head into round number 26.
Oh.
And oh my goodness. Pure Penguin, I don't know what angle you're trying to play there.
Oh, and that grenade even bounces back, so they can't even catch damage on that. That could have found multiple players on their side, as Rob's now taking a whole lot of damage. And this is not looking great. A shot up is finding himself in a rock and a hard place, but Rob taking out his teammate with that Molotov. And man, this is not a good start for Kansas State. They were able to take that eco, and like you said, they had momentum. They got 3 picks and 3 rifles to stay with them. So they are now running to this bomb site. It's Mild. He's going to have to hold it down. He's going to find the first onto. No, he's not. Noosty jumping shot is able to connect. That's going to give them the bomb site, and you have to think at this point, Rob might have to, he might contest. He's close to the site. He's smoked off already, and he's just going to push out. They're playing for overtime now at this point. As, oh, he can't make the jump, and he just bonks his head, and Cyber's giving him the time.
Yeah, he would have been dead regardless whether he got slowed down or not.
Well, he didn't have a fighting chance. He didn't have his gun out. He
all.
made the jump. Maybe there was something there, as now it's just Devil holding on to this 8K. They will be able to buy some guns for their teammates here. We see Rob is low and Pure Penguins is low. But having that one rifle extra from Devil can certainly help give it and pass it around to his teammates, as that is match point coming through the side of Purdue. As we actually see Cybers getting pretty close here. He's going to turn the corner. Oh, he's going to see him. He's going to see him at the last moment. He's going to see that AK being saved over.
So the only benefit that has happened for Kansas State is the fact that they've had a really good loss bonus going their way, so they are in the green at this point. So that we're going to see actual full weapons coming out. But here we are. This is where it's going to start. They're going to go straight into the A bomb site. So full-on rush coming in. Rob going to be able to pick up one. Pure Penguins holding it over inside of the site. He's going to spot one here in a second. And Pure Penguins pick up two. There's his third as Pure Penguins locking down Sandwich. And there you have it, 15-12.
Why are they not checking Sandwich?
There is so many angles to check, especially on a quick push.
And I agree. I'm just saying, we saw this last time. He was holding that position, and it had the same result. He was able to find picks, and they were able to get.
It's a hard angle to check if you're trying to go over the box, which all of them were doing. They were going over the box. So, yes, they should absolutely be checking all angles. But as we have a lot of action happening inside of mid, and so far, Kansas State has got the upper hand, and Knack playing this one smart. He's going to go ahead and fall back. He's going to support right now, but Noosty inside of the site. Mild, what are you watching? As Knack is able to support him, and Pure Penguins gets another one. As now the bomb carrier is Eli, and they're all separated right now. And Kansas State, they need to join up and team shoot. Every round counts, especially since Purdue is at game point, match point. He'll decide to go here through Palace.
And most importantly, Corey, with Purdue losing this round, if Eli can't clutch this out, look at their money.
Yeah, 1,900. So you're going to have a couple players that will be okay, but Cyber, more importantly, will not. And right there, that's going to be a starting point. He's going to go ahead and know that, and he shouldn't have done that. Yeah, he should not have done that. He could have done that once he kind of scoured the rest of the site to see if he could see anybody else first. And but he could have thrown the molly to then force him out at that point. But Kansas State, they're going to go ahead and call another timeout here. All right. You've got it right now. You can see 15-13. And we're seeing how this one's going to play out. Kansas State calling this timeout, and we're going to see if they're able to come in. This is just the third map of today. Today is going to be so fun, as we're going to see as we're about to head back into it. So 15-13, Kansas State just needs 2 rounds to be able to push this into an overtime, as Purdue sitting at game point, match point, and they all have AKs here, John.
And if they don't win this round, they're going to be on the backs of an eco going into round number 30. So absolutely wanting to take this one home. Not wanting to fiddle-faddle with that next round, as though the utility's coming through. And that's going to be the first shot in the fresh. A return at least. But that's still the AWP in the round. Oh my goodness. He had the lineup. Just didn't quite connect. As Mild falls. Or Mild takes out one in the meantime. Now Shot Up's getting aggressive just alone. We're starting to see the teamwork kind of crumble on the sides of Purdue. They're just trying to find picks one-on-one, and as we know, Corey, that does not work. Teamwork is what makes the dream work, and we haven't seen a lot of that from Purdue once they hit 15. They're being a little overzealous trying to find picks. It's allowed Kansas State to bounce their way back, and here we go. It's a 4v2. Resetting now is Eli and Cyber. Eli can get himself a smoke. I imagine that'll go towards connector or either ticket. Looks like they're wanting to use it towards ticket, and out it goes. They're going to use that flash, and Cyber's going to run his way in. He's got the bomb. He's going to lead the charge. They got so many angles to watch, and Cyber's able to find at least the first pick. That is getting it ever so closer into their favor. 46 and 47 is Knack and Mild. As there it is. Mild's able to find one. They know the position of the last one as Devil pushes forward, but Mild's closing it out. 15-14. And wow, they have fought their way back despite sitting on match points since 15 and 11.
Yeah.
Using nearly every timeout that they needed to. And an eco coming out for the side of Purdue. So this series has gone the distance, Corey. In the first map, it was all Purdue, 16-14.
Oh, man, that
Ooh,
molly.
yeah.
Just blinding. I used to use a molly and a grenade as a smoke whenever I played a lot. Just to be able to get those crosses. The smoke has, or the grenade shrapnel and the aftermath from all the debris is enough sometimes to be able to allow you to be able to cross through a position if you don't have a smoke on you. But here you've got a tie point for Kansas State, match point for Purdue.
I just realized what a forward position there from Rob. He made his way all the way up mid.
Yep.
That's going to give his team so much control of these bomb sites.
That's a tough angle to play right there, though, because there's so many things that can happen. They can actually creep up behind him from mid, and so he's going to go ahead and fall back. He realizes how much tension is there. And that's it. You either need to push forward or push back, because right now you can see how they're playing it. They're waiting for somebody to be able to play and push forward, being Rob, because you see all the deagles there. You got 4 deagles and a scout. Of course, that scout in the hands of Noosty is something to be on the lookout for. Now Rob's going to hear all of these footsteps as he finds shot up. He doesn't need to work the angle unless they're going to be, that molly. But it is a 4-on-4. Lots of time has been burned away from this round. And the trade as Knack took a little bit of damage, and Knack is just having fun. He's enjoying this. He says, thank you for this, as he's getting excited because we're heading into an overtime here, unless Fresh can pull off something miraculous. And he's so far he's got 10 seconds left. This game, or this match is going into overtime. There's no way for him to be able to go over there and pick up the bomber Constantine conflict. So 15-15, John. Wow. As we take another look, this is where we can see them just having fun. And Knack picking up each one of them. So overtime. All right. So we've seen overtimes before. We've actually saw a double overtime yesterday. We saw 2 overtimes before that on 2 different maps. So we're no stranger to that now here in this tournament. And we expect that. That's something that you would expect whenever you've got some top-notch teams playing against each other. As Devil gets one, they went with a triple op setup coming in for Kansas State. And that is either going to help them or hurt them drastically. And so far, I don't know. I don't know which way to look at it because they do get the initial pick. But these bomb sites are going to be super difficult to hold through the smoke as a flashbang came over the top, and Noosty is out of the round. It is now down to a 3-on-4. This triple op setup has been interesting, but there goes Rob. And oh my goodness, as Knack will fall too. They're going to go ahead and head here towards, they got one player going towards Catwalk. And they've definitely divided these players as they're trying to be able to watch over towards Catwalk, but the player's actually there towards Jungle. And now they know Mild is going to have some conflict here, and that's going to be it, as they're going to have all 3 players heading here towards the bomb site. Again, for those that are wondering, it is 16K, 3 rounds for both sides. And so how much of an impact that triple op setup will do, we don't know yet. We still don't know. I don't think it was as effective as that they wanted it to be. But they're going to be able to start to push in here. And I don't know why he wasn't checking any other angle while he was being able to push in there. He's really committing for the defuse. But Purdue has also been the team that's not, they're used to overtimes as well. They were in that double overtime versus Northeastern. And so we'll see. You've got an op coming out now for Knack. Of course, his economy will be broken going into a 3rd map if they're unable to win this round. Again, going in that triple op setup, so he will not have support from another player to be able to purchase for him. That was an expensive round for Kansas State, and it did not pay off.
And that's how quickly you could fly through $16,000 in Counter-Strike. So, with that said, just a reminder, this is elimination round. And this is obviously overtime in the last map of this series. One of these teams is going to go home. The other one will move on. They will be playing later today As now they're starting to take control over mid. We know we've seen them so many times before. And they're just going to rush onto site. There's actually not any players in jungle, so they're just going to continue forward. They don't know where these last players are at, but they've got a pretty good idea at this point. Snack finds one and gets returned, and there you go. There you have it. 3 players falling in quick succession on the side of Kansas State. Purdue's got the bomb down. They've got the numbers. And now they're going to have the positioning. They're going to hear Rob, and once again, Rob is just being so loud about these rotations. They know Devil's there, and they're going to double peek him with shot up. Swinging out there from connector and closing it out 17-5. Magic number here is 19. And if Purdue's able to get 18 on the board in this side before they flip over, I think they've got a pretty good shot of closing it out. As Corey, as you mentioned it, they're not going to see another dual up setup, and they're especially not seeing a triple up setup. And they've got to start making some impact through neck.
Interesting enough, Eli's the one that has actually got the AWP here for Purdue instead of Noosty. So we'll check on that one later on. He actually didn't even use it for a crazy spawn. Oh, what a shot over the top of the box. As you see a quick check there. Now he needs to go ahead and get out of there, but he doesn't. And shot up actually finds him on the outside of that smoke. He should have not kept challenging it.
Look at the minimap. Look at the minimap. Look at where Rob is at. He made his way through Palace, and he's going to be flanking behind.
He's got to get there faster now.
If Purdue doesn't make a move here in the next 5 seconds, Rob's going to find himself 3, and that can be a huge impact. Here he comes. They're pushing through. He's going to be making some noise. Eli's not going to expect this. He's got his back turned. He's getting shot from behind. That's caused some craziness, but they're still pushing through to the site. It's a 2v3. They have the site, but they are so worried about these flanks as Rob's able to pick up another. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Shot up's alive. He's going to meet one Devil, and he wins that one as well. He knows where the last player is at in Mild, and he's taking the fight. He doesn't have to, and there it is.
Yeah.
Mild's able to close that one out to 17-16 as we're going to swap sides. And oh, man, Corey, I could see this one going to double.
Yeah, 17-16. That's a good score line. We've seen a very strong T side on this map. So, all right. Second half of the first OT. I say first because anything's possible to continue to push us to further ones if necessary. You got only a single op coming in here for Kansas State. Double ops coming out here for Purdue. You've got Noosty and Fresh. That's Fresh who we just saw that just missed that initial opening pick. And Fresh will pick up one over on the A ramp, though, as Knack thought he had an angle. And, oh, he picks up another one. Here's number 3. Oh, just barely missing that one. But he knows that one made it by. And we are getting closer. See if Mild will join up with his teammate. That's Pure Penguins. And Devil's just trying to see if he can catch anybody on this rotate. They have not used any of their utility yet.
Might see some conflict here between Devil and Cyber. He's going through the window room, and Cyber's got himself in the ladder. There you see it there. Cyber's going to peek out, and now they're going to know he's there. I wouldn't take that fight if I'm Cyber. As the bomb has actually made its way towards the site as Noosty finds one. The bomb is still there. That's in the hands of Pure Penguins. His shot up's going to be coming up from behind again. He's getting shot in the back, and there goes the bomb. It's down to just one, and there it goes. It's down to just one more round here for Purdue to take it. Magic number 19 coming so much closer in their favor. Kansas State's got to get 2 straight if they're looking to do it in double overtime. But, Cora, we saw this before. Kansas State was able to get 4 in a row, but that was on their CT side.
Well, here we go. Match point, game point again for Purdue. As you can see, Kansas State spread throughout the map. They're just looking for that pick. I think Pure Penguins is actually working the apartments right now. As he takes some damage, and he'll pull back. He's probably going to still toy with it for a little bit longer. Devil's going to find one. That was an aggressive push-up by Shot Up.
Still taking it slow as Kansas State. It looks like they're wanting to make their way out of Palace, and man, this double AWP setup is proving to be a hard task to get through as Newsty and Fresh just holding down this A bomb site now, and that seems like where they're going to focus their attention from Kansas State. They've got 55 seconds to work with.
Yep.
Can reposition if they so desire, but it hasn't seemed like they've moved at all.
Yeah, smokes and flashes are the only way you take the site. You cannot go in dry, and that's exactly what's happening. You see these late smokes coming in. It's absolutely unnecessary. And that just may be it. Bomb will get planted. It is down to a 2-on-3. It's up to Mild and Devil here. Devil swings, takes down Eli. That's going to get some better positions. Now down to a 2-on-2. They know where one player's at. They do not know where the second one's at, being Mild.
And he's going for a... Okay, he went out of Palace, and he's just going right back to Ramp.
Yep.
They're going to stick it.
He's sticking
oh, my
the
goodness,
defuse.
he's going to stick it.
Right
He's
there
going
on
to
the
close it
angle,
out.
And he's going to be able to take it out. And they pick up the game. They gave away the position. There was no reason for them to be able to pull away from that position. But there you have it. Purdue. They have now taken out two really good teams out of this tournament, Northeastern and Kansas State. Both of them out of the tournament, and Purdue will advance. What a great, great series that we just saw, though, John.
It was. I mean, overpass, that one was just – that was a quick one. I actually even forgot that happened.
Yep,
that was a 16 to 4, and the Nuke was competitive, absolutely shutting down Cyber. He couldn't get anything going for himself, but then you saw him. He was able to pick it up in that last game, and I think he was even the person who defused the bomb there at the end. So, hey, he got shut down, but he was able to shut down the bomb and then move his team forward in this series as we're going to have to say goodbye to Kansas State. They've been a lot of fun to watch. They had, I would say, still the best map of this entire tournament with UCF. That, in my mind, is a much-watched game of Counter-Strike, but that's another team down, Corey. And as you said, at the end of today, we will know our top 4 teams as Purdue has pushed their way into the top 6 now.
Yep. Now, we've seen some really good gameplay, and one of which was Cyber. Cyber, talk to us. How was that matchup? I mean, you guys started off the day 16 to 4. You guys came out strong last time against Northeastern, won it on 16-2 on over, I believe it was Mirage actually, and then you come back and you do that to Kansas State. You guys came out hot there in map number 1.
Yeah, we're a very momentum-based team. If you guys couldn't tell by now, our main strat sounds kind of silver, but like we just stick to 5-mans and then trade each other out. Like we just put shot up, second in or whatever. Then I carry bomb, and then usually we can just run over a site that way. But yeah, with map 1, we got off to a hot start. I had that pistol round, and then we started stringing rounds together. And so, I mean, I think we were in full control of Overpass that whole time. And then with Nuke, we never played Nuke before, so
Noted.
yeah, I played terrible on that map, but on Mirage, everybody stepped up. It was like very even across the board. We had great plays from everybody. So
yeah, talk to me for a bit about how was the comms. You guys had a 15-11 lead. You were just at match point, game point. Talk to me whenever Kansas State was able to tie it up and push it into an overtime. How was the comms? How did you control the temperature there with your team?
yeah, when we were at map point, I said to them, I was like, I think now's the time to just rush A and no respect them, and they countered us really well. The guy dropped sandwich and killed like 2 of us, I think. But then after that, we kind of went back to try to taking mid, and then he kept mollying the smoke. Then you'd have a one-way with the op in mid, and we just couldn't really get anything going. And then in overtime, obviously we started on the T side, and we got 2 rounds, so we were feeling pretty confident then.
Absolutely. That was a good way to be able to finish it as well. I mean, a 2-on-2, I think you guys played it right. You saw where the bomb was planted. You guys came up through connector and you basically closed off jungle and connector out of your mind. And, of course, the bomb at that point was really planted at that point for you guys to know that it was from A ramp. So I thought you guys played that extremely well. You hopped directly onto the defuse,
Yep.
even though it was on a 2-on-2 there.
Yeah, I told Fresh, I was like, I'm sticking this. And so I did.
Yeah, no, it
It worked out.
It worked out extremely well. So Cyber, talk to me. You've got another matchup that's going to be later today. This could probably be one of the, kind of the tougher matches as we continue to get closer and closer. How do you feel about your team, of course, advancing even deeper into this tournament? But how's it been kind of going through this tournament?
Really good. Everybody's stepping up. We all have good comms. This is the very first time we've all played together. So the first map.
A lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot of individual plays. Our first map against, what was it, Ryerson, where we got stomped on Inferno. That was the very first game that we all played together. And so we just kind of been building momentum and teamwork ever since then through the losers bracket. So,
well, I think you might have something. You might have a really, really good team to be kind of building up in the collegiate scene for yourself. So congratulations in making it through even further into this tournament. Cyber, any comments before you wrap up here?
No, I just want to say thank you guys. This is an awesome production. We've had a lot of fun. Hopefully you'll see more of us in the near future. So
awesome. Well, again, congratulations for continuing to advance. You're going to be playing on later on today, so we'll see you again. So don't
very near future.
Hopefully your teammates don't fall asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know if it
that 10 a.m. start time.
Yeah, it is exactly. I don't know if any of your players actually ended up just staying up through the night either.
Yeah, Fresh did. He said I stayed up all night. So
that's what I think I knew one of your players were staying up all night. So hopefully they'll be able to get a quick nap in. But we'll make sure you set all the alarms throughout the apartment or the house. So again, congratulations there, Cyber, and we'll catch you in a bit with some more Counter-Strike later on in your next best of 3. So that's gonna be a really, really good games coming up. But there you have it. Purdue taking that one in overtime on the third and final map of the best of 3. They'll be advancing. They win that one, of course, 19-16. But Kansas State, it's been fun watching you play throughout this tournament. But they sadly are going to be going home. So that's we're now down to 7 teams. We started off with 28 teams, and now we're down to 7. So, John, man, what a match.
Something I want to call out is Purdue got knocked down in the first round of playoffs. They went to the first round of losers immediately. They lost against Kennesaw, and then they've had to fight Drexel. They had to fight Northeastern, and now they've had to fight Kansas State. They've played 3 best of 3s already in this playoff bracket, and that has to be mentally draining. And they got another one in their hands today as we're going to look at the bracket here. They're going to have the loser of UCF and Rochester.
Goodness.
That's going to
all
be
matches going to be difficult. So.
That's going to be a very tough opponent. And then the next match we're going to see coming up at 1 o'clock is Kennesaw versus St. Clair. You know, we put St. Clair out of the picture kind of mentally in some cases, but they've been playing so well. They've been playing so well as a team. We even saw they had a sub coming in for that last map on Inferno, and they were able to work together cohesively, get all of the strings together, and they've been playing strong, able to take out UConn in that series. And Kennesaw is a strong opponent that they will absolutely be put to the test, but that's going to be a great series.
Yeah, congratulations again to Purdue. They've defeated Drexel, Northeastern, and Kansas State, and now they're in the waiting to see who they'll play next, whether it's UCF or Rochester. So coming up next, we're going to take a break for a little bit. Roughly about 40 minutes into our next matchup. That's going to be Kennesaw versus St. Clair College. We'll see how that one shapes up. We'll give you the full diagnosis and be able to hop directly into that best of 3. We're going to see another team advance, and we're going to see another team go home after this next 40-minute break.